देवादिदेवा
विघ्न विनाशक देवादिदेवा
विघ्न विनाशक देवादिदेवा
विघ्न विनाशक देवादिदेवा
आदि सनातन देवा
आदि सनातन देवा
आदि सनातन देवा
आदि सनातन देवा
प्रथम पूज्य गणनाथा
प्रथम पूज्य गणनाथा
प्रथम पूज्य गणनाथा
प्रथम पूज्य गणनाथा
भवभय भञ्जन नित्य निरञ्जना भवभय भञ्जन नित्य निरञ्जना सिद्धि विनायक देवा सिद्धि विनायक देवा मंगलदायक शंभो मनोहरा मंगलदायक शंभो मनोहरा प्रथम पूज्य गणनाथा प्रथम पूज्य गणनाथा
साईनाथ भगवान
साईनाथ भगवान
साईनाथ भगवान
भव सागर से पार उतारो
सागर से पार उतारो
अल्लाह यीशु बुद्ध महावीर
अल्लाह यीशु बुद्ध महावीर
अल्लाह यीशु बुद्ध महावीर
अल्लाह यीशु बुद्ध महावीर
सब नामों की कहीं महिमा
सब नामों की एक महिमा
सब नामों की कहीं महिमा
सब नामों की एक महिमा
सर्व धर्म के पालनहारी
सर्वधर्म के पालनहारे
सर्व धर्म के पालनहारी
सर्वधर्म के पालनहारे
साईनाथ भगवान
साईनाथ भगवान
साईनाथ भगवान भव सागर से पार उतारो साईनाथ भगवान भव सागर से पार उतारो अल्लाह यीशु बुद्ध महावीर सब नामों की कहीं महिमा सर्व धर्म के पालनहारी सर्व धर्म के पालनहारी साईनाथ भगवान साईनाथ भगवान भव सागर से पार उतारो
Om Shri Sai Ram. Offering our loving salutations at the lotus feet of our most beloved Bhagavan, respected elders, brothers, sisters, and dear delegates. A very warm welcome to the evening session of Day 2 of the National Youth Meet 2016. It has been an enlightening morning and afternoon with the interactive session, as we have learned the inner meanings of the episodes from the Ramayana and the values which symbolize the various characters in the great epic. The two keynote speakers, Swami Mitrananda and His Grace Shubhavilas Das Prabhuji, beautifully linked the episodes in the Ramayana to the situations that we face in our day-to-day lives.
Well, we will dwell further into Ramayana and its significance during the course of this session. With Vedic chants, we will now commence the evening's proceedings. The students of first year pre-university from the Alike campus will now chant the Devi Suktam. we would once again like to welcome everyone seated on the dais. Father Charles Ogada, founder and current president of the Spirit and Self-Awareness Initiative, an organization committed to the promotion of self-awareness through integral education.
Mr. Isaac Tigrit, founder of the famed Hard Rock Cafe and House of Blues.
Immortal as long as she persists in the search for God. Sir also reminded us what a patriot our Lord is. Swami has always said that mother and motherland are greater than heaven itself. Swami is loved by all for the simple reason that he stood for all religions and all nations. Swami has also propounded that religions should unite and not divide. The next speaker was Honorable Union Minister for Law and Justice, Sri Sadananda Gowda, sir. Sir extended the government's hand in support for Swami's mission with respect to setting up of educational institutions and bringing spirituality back into the system of education. Then our beloved Lord blessed us with his divine discourse. Today Swami expounded on dharma. He said dharma alone distinguishes man from animals. He said that the entire essence of the Gita is captured in the first word and the last word of the scripture. That is, Mama Dharma, my Dharma. Swami declared that dharma is not a religion, but what one ought to do. The entire Ramayana is based on dharma. As a son, Lord Ram obeyed his father's instructions and exhibited Putra Dharma. When Mother Sita was abducted and Lord Rama rescued her, he showed Pati Dharma. When his brother Lakshmana swooned in the battlefield, the care and concern he exhibited showed Bhrata Dharma. And when Lord Ram was crowned as the emperor, he exhibited Raja Dharma. Swami said, Manava means not new. Therefore, man is not the body, nor is he the mind, but he is the eternal soul. So Swami said, Manava Dharma is Sanatana Dharma, the eternal Dharma, that which does not change with time, place, and circumstance. Swami said, true Dharma is Hridaya Dharma, that is the Dharma of the heart. And Lord Ram exhibited this in his entire life. Swami said, it's very simple to practice Hridaya Dharma. Just follow the heart. Because the heart is all about selfless love and service, whereas the mind is limited by me and mine. And Swami has made it very clear that we must practice these ideals in Ramayana, otherwise they'll go waste. Then Swami concluded by saying that we must do our duty and do it for the love of God, because that alone will give us bliss. Thank you for your patient listening. Jai Sai Ram.
Our next student, who will give us the summary for the forenoon session and the interactive session, is Kumari Reshma Shekhar Kundar, a second-year PUC student studying science at the Sri Satyasai Prashantiniketanam Girls PU College at Chikbellapur. She hails from Jaipura and was fortunate to study at Bhagwan's Jaipura campus from grade 6 to grade 10. Reshma is academically brilliant and in fact finished school scoring 10, the highest cumulative grade point average in her class, and has always been an ace in academics, sports, and cultural activities. Brothers and sisters, Reshma Kundar.
Om Shri Sai Ram, offering my humble pranams at the divine lotus feet of our most beloved Bhagwan. Revered elders, guests, and my dear brothers and sisters, Sai Ram and good evening. The participants attending today's session were treated to 2 speeches by renowned speakers from organizations dedicated to creating awareness about India's cultural and spiritual heritage. The first was Swami Mitrananda, former director of the All India Chinmaya Yuva Kendra. In line with today's theme of ideals of Ramayana for modern times, Swami Mitrananda drew many valuable lessons and insights from this poetic, historical, and philosophical epic. Through analogies, he beautifully explained the meaning and significance of the names of various characters in the epic. Dasharatha, for instance, was the one who had control over his 10 senses, Jnanendriyas and Karmendriyas. This enabled him to reach a state of no conflicts, or Ayodhya, and he was able to rule over the Ayodhya. When one is in a state of no conflict, the Lord is born. To remain in this state, one must always engage in Namasmarana or Japa. This will help us align our mind and body. In various other instances, he also emphatically explained how each character from the Ramayana is significant and relevant to our lives. The next speaker, His Grace Shri Shubhavilas Das Prabhu from the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, drew parallels on how to face challenging situations in life, comparing them with how the characters in the epic fought their inner and outer battles. The purpose of Ramayana, he said, was to educate, entertain, and enlighten. The 3 cities in Ramayana, Ayodhya, Kishkinda, and Lanka, represents 3 different traits. Ayodhya, culture. Kishkinda, Vanara, or questioning if we are leading a human life. And Lanka, a state of Vikriti, or destruction. The highlights of its speech, however, was the 6 C's he referred to as he elaborated on how the famous epic presents these C's as situations and how we need to confront and counter them. The 6 C's are choice, commitment, challenge, connection, composure, and certainty. The interactive session was a round of quiz on Ramayana. The quiz covered questions based on the talks given by Swami Mitrananda and Shri Shubhavilas Das Prabhu. If the morning sessions and the speeches were educating and enlightening, the afternoon session was really entertaining. I offer my all words at Bhagwan's lotus feet. Jai Sai Ram.
Our next speaker for this evening is Dr. K.P. Sailila. Having come to Bhagwan at a very tender age, she went on to pursue her graduation, post-graduation, and doctorate from the Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning. On completion, she also served as a professor in the Department of English at the Anantapur campus for girls for many decades. She was also actively involved with the Ishwarama Women's Welfare Trust, which focuses on the empowerment and well-being of rural women. On Bhagwan's command, she is now serving as the chairperson of all the girls' campuses that are springing up in the different parts of Karnataka. Bhagwan also lovingly gave her the job of the director of the Sri Sathya Sai Lokaseva Girls Education Committee instituted on Ishwarama Day. brothers and sisters, Dr. K.P. Sailila.
My most humble pranams at Bhagwan's lotus feet. Respected elders, sisters, brothers, and my dear students, boys and girls. Sai Ram to all of you. Today, I'm supposed to be speaking on Ramayana. Whatever I have learned in Ramayana is something what I have learned at Bhagwan's lotus feet. When I was a child, Bhagwan started writing for the Sanatana Sarati and the Ramakatha Rasavahini. I remember whenever the Sanatana Sarati came to our house, my mother used to read and explain to us the Ramakatha. This is how I first was introduced into the Ramakatha, Ramayana. And later, after a number of years, when I joined the college and when Bhagwan had summer course in Brindavan, the theme of the topic was, of the summer course was Ramayana. And Bhagwan used to give series of discourses during those days, from the beginning till the end. And what I have learned from Ramayana is that there are two lessons which we can learn from Ramayana: the value of detachment and faith in God. It is because of the detachment, Sita, for example, she left all her luxuries of her palace life, and because she went with Rama, she got Rama. But when the moment she got attracted to the deer, the golden deer, she lost the proximity of Rama. I don't know how far I will be able to speak on Ramayana here, because after listening to Bhagwan's discourse in the morning and to the two eminent speakers, I feel very humbled to stand and speak here today. I just would like to only speak on some of my observations after reading Ramakatha Rasavahini of Bhagwan. If we observe Ramayana from close quarters, the women characters play very crucial role, an important role in Ramayana. Though Rama is the hero of Ramayana, it is the women who guide the course of events in the story. Rama's exile to the forest, for example, Kaikeyi and Mandara were responsible. At the root of Sita's abduction lies the displeasure caused by Lakshmana on Shurpanaka, that is insulting Shurpanaka. Women therefore play very important role in the course of events. Now there are two, this is my observation. I don't know whether I'm correct in telling that. There are two groups of characters in Ramayana, the good and the evil, and Sita, Kausalya, Sumitra, Shabari, and Mandodari are the characters in whom we see the ideal values embodied. Their faith in dharma or righteousness stands out. We also have, on the other hand, some other characters like Kaikeyi, Mandara, and Shurpanaka, who are supposed to be the embodiments of evil, that is selfishness and hatred. Now, because of this kind of, they stand contrast to the characters like Sita and Kausalya. Sita is the central character. Giving up all her comforts, she accompanies Rama to the forest. Even at Dandaka Aranya, Lakshmana disfigured Shurpanaka, and as a result, Ravana abducted Sita. Of course, I'm not telling the entire story of Ramayana here. I'm just picking points to talk about these women characters. Now, after Rama killed Ravana and returns to Ayodhya with Sita, the coronation takes place. And after a couple of days after the coronation, he sends Sita again to the forest. Then we have, if you look at the other part of the story, that is Kaikeyi, is one of the, well, she was a very good character because she was very affectionate towards Rama. Just as much as she was affectionate towards all her other sons, she was also very affectionate towards Rama. But under the instigation of Mandara, she changed her mind and she literally demanded Dasharatha to make her son the king and send Rama to the forest. But there she was, of course, Kausalya was heartbroken, and it was Kaikeyi who was responsible in sending Rama to the forest, and later Sita being abducted. The whole story moves because of Kaikeyi. And then we have another character, Sumitra. I remember some years back, Bhagwan gave a discourse only on Sumitra. He said, Sumitra, she is friendly with everybody in the family. And she is the one who comforted Kausalya when she was heartbroken when she had to send her son to the forest. She not only did that, she also sacrificed herself because her own son Lakshmana was also accompanying Sri Rama to the forest. But unmindful of all that, she still consoled Kausalya. And there are also other characters like Shabari, for example. Shabari stands for a true devotee, and she showed us true devotion and giving that fruit to Sri Rama after tasting every fruit she gave to Sri Rama, the fruit. Mandodari is another example where Mandodari, in spite of Ravana abducting Sita, she still advised him not to return Sita and to surrender to Sri Rama. But he did not do that. Now, Swami, I just have one small doubt here, which I had it from the very childhood. Can I ask the doubt? And I don't know if I can get it clarified at all. Can I ask Bhagwan? This is a doubt which I had right from my childhood when my mother used to sit and tell us the stories of Sri Rama from Sanatana Sarati. I asked my mother the same question, but I was not convinced with the answer that she gave me. Let me tell you the answer that she gave. She said, you should never question the ways of God. Whatever God does, He does for our good, and therefore you should not question His ways. But I was not convinced. And even today, Bhagwan, I'm not convinced about it, because I just have one doubt. Why did Rama send Sita again to the forest when she was expecting her children, her babies? I understand he was an ideal king, and listening to the washerman's words, he did that. But I still feel that Rama was not doing justice there. I felt that Rama should have told the Dhobi, and he's the king, when he can listen to the Dhobi or the washerman, he's the king, so he has the full authority to tell him that this is the reason why I keep her. That even now, today, it is a doubt in my mind as to why did Rama do that to Sita. This is one doubt which I have, Swami, and I wish that you clarify this doubt for me at some time or the other.
Swami says he'll clarify it today.
Thank you, Swami. Silence.
Thank you, Sai Leela Madam, for the wonderful narration of the incidents from the Ramayana based on the Ramakatha Rasvahini. Addressing us next is Professor J. Shashidhara Prasad. Hailing from Karnataka, he is a renowned physicist and eminent educationist. He has to his credit over 500 publications in international journals. He served as the Vice Chancellor of Mysore University from 2003 to 2007. And more importantly, he served as the Vice Chancellor of Sri Satya Sai Institute of Higher Learning from the year 2010 to 2014, and served Bhagwan and was dedicated and instrumental in setting up the institute campus right here at Muddenahalli. Professor J. Shashidhara Prasad.
Om Shri Sai Ram. I offer my loving and respectful pranams at the lotus feet of my beloved Bhagavan, the Divine Master. Dear Murti Anna, dear Brother Madhu, brothers on the dais, brothers and sisters of the dais, and young friends, loving Sai Ram to each one of you. In the definition of science, the time always progresses. It always goes forward. But the spiritual definition indicates the past, present, and the future are continuous. And what I mean is that when you take spiritualism, you cannot simply say time progresses, but it is always continuous from past to the future. Probably that is the reason why Swami is the only person who could really interpret Ramayana. I think no one else can do. I think it's only Bhagavan who could interpret, because it is his earlier avatar, the Rama avatar. Only he can interpret. Probably we can only just we can have secondary ideas about Ramayana. The reason why I mention this is that I just remember an episode. One of my former friends, late Professor M.A. Vishwamitra, very well-known scientist, actually he was asked to give the keynote address in Paris in the conference Science and Spiritualism. He was supposed to give keynote address, and he was trying to take some ideas from Bhagavad Gita. He just went through several interpretations of Bhagavad Gita by various people, philosophers, and he was not convinced about what he has to speak in Paris. So he shared this with me when we were just traveling to Delhi. Immediately I just recollected, I had seen Swami's Gita Vahini, which was with my father. I sent the copy to him, and he went through that Gita Vahini and immediately called me up. Now I am convinced, Prasad, because Gita Vahini is by Swami himself, the Gita Acharya himself. Therefore, now I'm really happy that I can use that material for my talk on science and spiritualism. Therefore, what I mean is that Swami is the only person, probably he is the only person who can really interpret and give the significance and implications of Ramayana for us. Now Rama, I think just now there was something about a question was asked by Sister Sai Lila. Why did he send against Sita to the forest? And now Rama is referred to as Maryada Purusha. So probably, in fact, that is the only the character, I think, whether if it's in our literature, who is referred to as Maryada Purusha. Probably that is one of the reasons I think that he was able to listen even to even a comment by an ordinary person, and he could take some. Probably he's an avatar himself. Probably what he has done must be correct. Now what we see today in the society and what lessons we can draw from Ramayana are just so many. For example, if we just consider the brother relationship between the brothers in Ramayana, either Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrughna, you see the level of the love and affection that the brothers share. But what we see today is not something different from that. Now, even if you just consider the sharing of payasam by the three wives of Dasharatha, so again you see that love there, that they share, the affection they share. Probably these are some of the things we should really draw from Ramayana, because we lack them in the present day context. And that is the reason why we should try to go through Ramayana and just try to understand what are the implications and importance of them for us in the present day world. Now the other thing is, now if you just consider Rama relinquishing the kingship actually to go to the forest to fulfill the promise of his father to Kaikeyi, I think it is quite amazing that Rama, even at that young age, decided to go to the forest to fulfill the promise of his father to his mother, Kaikeyi. I think that probably you see that nowadays I don't think even we'll be able to share a small piece of land with our own brother. So therefore, we have to develop that attitude where we should be able to share. We should not worry about all these things. That is what it implies there. Now, even if you just try to consider the case Ahalya getting redemption now, you see, she was in the form of a stone there. But when Rama went there, she was given life and she just got into the physical form again, living form. Now the point is, in the eyes of Bhagavan, the God, I don't think he was seeing a stone there, but he was seeing Ahalya herself there. Because you see, in the eyes of divine, I would say the inanimate things are same. There is no difference at all. The reason is, when you just consider ultimate state of matter, you will see that whether it is animate or inanimate, it is composed of energy or microparticles. So therefore, what we cannot just see, visualize, only can be visualized by the divine. So that is why Rama knew that it is Ali. Otherwise, probably anyone else has simply stepped on that. But Rama, being divine, could realize. So therefore, it is only Bhagavan who could really understand these things now. Now there is, what we see nowadays is the duality of matter, the existing both as particles and waves, whether it is photon or whether it is any matter, we see the duality. Now the point is, the duality of matter, what does it imply here? Not only the duality of many things, now for example, the good and the bad. Now in the nature, we have got the repulsive force and the attractive force. Both of them are complementary, because if you are going to have only the attractive force, the universe cannot exist, because there will be collapse of the matter, because you will see that there will be annihilation. So probably the divine reason, Swami, I think God has created nature here, the universe, in such a way that there is balance of the good and bad. That doesn't imply that good should coexist with bad, but you see that it depends upon what should be the amount of good or bad. For example, as a crystallographer, I know that even small impurities in crystals will end up very good properties for the material. It's very light, but if you are going to have large number of impurities, it is going to destroy. It doesn't give any good result, or it will not give any good application. Now, why I mention this particular repulsive and attractive thing is, we know that divine is the indweller of all beings, whether it is animate or inanimate. I keep wondering whether Rama and Ravana are different. And divine is the indweller in Rama as well as Ravana. Probably you see that I think even though Swami, I think, is enacting two opposite roles. Now, I always think the Ramayana or whatever episode we have got in the avatar, different avatars, Swami is the director, he is the script writer, he is the actor, and he is the one who decides everything. Probably this so-called this drama is played by the divine to indicate to us as to how we should live, how we should really associate with our colleagues or the fellow human beings, how we should love our neighbor, to give all the good information or to guide us. I think Swami plays the same role. That is, he plays both the roles, I think. That is what I always think. So he plays opposite roles, but still to drive home the fact that what we should follow in everyday life. Now the point is, we just think good characters and bad characters in Ramayana. But I think there is an epic written by Kuvempu, the poet laureate of Karnataka, Sri Ramayana Darshanam. So there, there is a common feature there, what he mentions there throughout his epic, Papigu Uddhara Malte, even a sinner as redemption. That is what he means by that. Now Mantara or Kaikai, if you just think as bad characters, maybe those characters were created by the divine to enact Ramayana itself. So therefore, but finally you see that even Mantara should have redemption, because you will see that there is an episode that Mamataya Suli Mantare. See how she was quite lovable, how she used to love these kids, the Raman and so on, Lakshmana and others there. So therefore, and again, a Kaikai character should be there, because she has to take this promise from Dasharatha, and these things should play. So it is Ramayana to really to be enacted by the divine. I think these characters are always required. But finally, the ultimate goal of the avatar, either Rama or Krishna or Yugavatar or Swami, is to guide us, to teach us the values, to teach us how we should live and how we should love the fellow human beings, how we should bring in a society which is lovable to live and survive. Jai Sai Ram.
We thank you, sir. You have a unique disposition of being a master of science and also deeply entrenched in spirituality. And the way you blended both and gave us examples was truly enlightening. Thank you very much. I now pray on behalf of all of us to our beloved Bhagwan to grant us his divine message. We also have the good fortune of having in our midst Swami Muktidananda. He's the head of the Ramakrishna mission in Mysore.
Om Shri Sai Ram. As we pray to Bhagwan to grant his divine message, I perceive him seated here in this throne in an ochre robe, and I repeat as he speaks. యదా యదా హి ధర్మస్య గ్లానిర్భవతి భారత అభ్యుత్థానమధర్మస్య తదాత్మానం సృజామ్యహం.
Whenever there is decline of dharma and rise of adharma, I come again and again for establishing dharma.
పరిత్రాణాయ సాధూనాం వినాశాయ చ దుష్కృతాం ధర్మ సంస్థాపనార్థాయ సంభవామి యుగే యుగే.
In order to protect the noble and the saintly and transform the wicked, and for establishing dharma, I come in every age.
ప్రేమ స్వరూపులారా,
Embodiments of divine love.
అవతారమును ధరించే కారణమేమిటనగా శిష్టరక్షణ, దుష్ట శిక్షణ, భక్త పోషణ, సత్యబోధన.
There are 4 objectives and purposes of every divine incarnation. The first is to protect the saintly and the noble. The second is to transform the evil. The third is to nourish the devotees. And the fourth is to teach the truth.
ఈ 4 కూడా చేసినప్పటికీ ధర్మ సంస్థాపన జరుగుతున్నది.
When all these 4 things are done, there happens establishment of dharma.
కనుక ఈ 4 విధమైన అవతారము ఒక కారణం మనం కలిపితే ధర్మ సంస్థాపన అనే కారణము మనము తెలుసుకోవచ్చు.
When all these 4 aspects happen, then we find dharma is established.
ఈ పొద్దున కూడా రామో విగ్రహవాన ధర్మ అని నేను చెప్పాను.
Even this morning, I revealed that Rama was the very embodiment of dharma.
ఏమిటి ధర్మ?
What is dharma?
హిందూ ధర్మ, క్రైస్తవ ధర్మ, బౌద్ధ ధర్మ, జైన ధర్మ కాదు.
Is it Hindu dharma or Islam dharma or Christian dharma or Buddha dharma? Definitely not.
మమ ధర్మ, అది ఏ నిజమైన ధర్మం.
The true dharma is mama dharma.
అది ఏ ఆత్మధర్మ.
That is nothing but the atma dharma.
ధారయతి ఇది ధర్మ.
It is said that dharma is that which bears everything.
ధర్మ వల్లనే ఈ ప్రపంచమంతా కూడా నడుస్తున్నది.
It is dharma which propels everything in this universe.
ఈ ధర్మమే లేకపోతే ఈ ధరణి కూడా ఉండరాదు.
If there is no dharma at all, the earth cannot survive.
ధర్మే ఈ జగత్తుకు మూలమైన ఆధారము.
Dharma is the fundamental basis of this world.
కాబట్టి రాముడు ఈ ధర్మవాక్య పరిపాలన నిమిత్తమై బ్రతికాడు.
Rama lived in order to adhere to the word of dharma.
దశరథుడు రాముడిని 14 సంవత్సరాలు వనవాసం పోవాలని ఆదేశించినప్పుడు తన పితృవాక్య పరిపాలన మాత్రమే చేయలేదు, కానీ ధర్మవాక్య పరిపాలన చేశాడు.
In fact, when Dasharatha asked his son Rama to go to the forest for 14 years, in fact, he just did not obey the command of the father. He really obeyed the command of the fundamental principles of dharma.
రామ లక్ష్మణ సీతుడు సుమంత్ర ఒక సారథిగా వాళ్ళని తీసుకెళ్తున్నప్పుడు వెనక దశరథ మహారాజు ఆపండి 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 ఏడుస్తూ వచ్చాడు.
When Sumantra, the royal charioteer, was driving in a chariot Rama, Lakshmana and Sita out of the city, in fact Dasharatha came lamenting and crying out, "Please stop, don't take them away."
కానీ రాముడు సుమంత్రుని ఆదేశించాడు.
But Rama commanded Sumantra, the charioteer,
విన్నట్టుగా భావించు.
"You just pretend as if you have not heard the king."
నువ్వు నీ పని చేస్తుండు, ఆపవద్దు.
Don't stop. You continue to move forward.
ఎందుకంటే వెనక పరిగెత్తు వచ్చినవాడు ఒక పితృడే గాని రాజుడు కాదు.
Because the person who is running behind the chariot, commanding you to stop, is not the king, but a father.
పుత్ర విరహ శోకంలో తాపంలో ఈ విధంగా తన మాట తప్పించుకుని అధర్మముతో ప్రవర్తిస్తున్నాడు.
Because of attachment to the son, he is running behind the chariot and he is practicing adharma.
ఈ క్షణంలో మనము ఈ రథాన్ని ఆపితే ఈ దశరథ తన ఒక పేరు ప్రతిష్టలన్నీ రఘుకుల వంశము ఒక మర్యాద పోగొట్టుకుంటాడు.
If you stop the chariot, it is going to belittle Dasharatha, and the honor and respect of the Ikshvaku lineage will be lost.
కాబట్టి ఒక పితృవాక్య పరిపాలన నిమిత్తమై ఆయన పోలేదు.
Therefore, Rama did not go to forest in order to obey the father.
ధర్మవాక్య పరిపాలన కోసమే ఆయన పోయాడు.
He went to the forest in order to obey the command of Dharma.
ఈ విధంగా మనము సూక్ష్మంగా విచారిస్తే ఈ ధర్మాన్ని కాపాడే నిమిత్తమై ఈ రామాయణం ఒక కథ జరిగింది.
If you analyze it in a very subtle way, you will find that the whole story of Ramayana happened in order to protect Dharma.
ఇప్పుడు తన స్పీచ్లో మన సాయి లీలా కూడా ఒక ప్రశ్న వేసింది.
While speaking here, Sai Leela asked me a question.
రాముడు ఏ సీతను కాపాడాలని ఈ లంకలో యుద్ధం జయించి సీతని రక్షించినాడో అతడే ఒక దోపి చెప్పిన మాటల వల్ల ఎందుకు సీతమ్మ త్యజించాడు?
The same Rama who waged a battle in order to win back Sita, why did he banish Sita to the forest, listening to the words of a washerman?
నేను చెప్పిన మాటలు మనం సూక్ష్మంగా అర్థం చేసుకుంటే తనందు ఉంటుంది ఈ ఒక జవాబు.
If you understand correctly what I am going to say, there is going to be answer to this question.
ధర్మవాక్య పరిపాలనే రాము ఒక జీవితము.
The life of Rama revolved around practicing, adhering to the word of Dharma.
వనవాసం లోపల తన ఒక పతి ధర్మం మాత్రం నిర్వహించాడు.
When he was in the life of exile in the forest, he adhered to the dharma of a husband.
అప్పుడు ఆయనకి రాజ్యాభిషేకం ఇంకా జరగలేదు.
By that time, he was not coronated as the king.
కానీ ఈ అయోధ్యకు తిరిగి వచ్చినప్పటికీ రాజ్యాభిషేకం జరిగిన తర్వాత ఆయన రాజధర్మముకు నిమిత్తయ్యాడు.
When he returned to Ayodhya and became the king of Ayodhya, he had to practice the dharma of a king.
ఒక మానవుడికి 3 విధమైన ధర్మములు ఉంటుంటాయి.
Every human being has 3 types of dharma to practice.
వైయక్తిక ధర్మ,
The individual dharma,
కుటుంబ ధర్మ,
family dharma,
సమాజ ధర్మ.
and societal dharma.
ఒక వ్యక్తిగా నువ్వు ఒక పుత్రుడు కావచ్చు, పతి కావచ్చు, తండ్రి కావచ్చు, తల్లి కావచ్చు, భ్రాత కావచ్చు, బంధువు కావచ్చు, అవన్నీ కూడా నీ వ్యక్తి ధర్మయే.
As an individual, you may be a son or a father or a brother or a sister or a mother or a daughter, but all this is individual dharma.
కానీ కుటుంబం లోపల చేరినప్పుడు కుటుంబ ధర్మ కోసము ఈ వ్యక్తి ధర్మను మనము త్యాగం చేయవచ్చు.
But when you look at the family dharma, as a part, you are a member of the family, you can sacrifice individual dharma for family dharma.
కానీ ఈ సమాజాన్ని మనం కాపాడే నిమిత్తమై ఈ కుటుంబ ధర్మను కూడా మనం త్యజించవచ్చు.
But when you are standing up for the societal dharma, in order to achieve the welfare of society, you can sacrifice family dharma for societal dharma.
Individual can be sacrificed for family.
An individual can be sacrificed for a family.
Family can be sacrificed for society.
A family can be sacrificed for the society.
A society can be sacrificed for the nation.
A society can be sacrificed for the nation.
Nation can be sacrificed for the world.
A nation can be sacrificed for the world,
World can be sacrificed for God.
and world can be sacrificed for God.
ఈ ధర్మం మనము ఆధారం చేసుకున్నప్పుడు తను ఒక రాజధర్మాన్ని పాలించే నిమిత్తమై, తను ఒక సమాజ ధర్మాన్ని, దేశ ధర్మాన్ని పాలించే నిమిత్తమై కుటుంబ ధర్మాన్ని పాపము త్యాగం చేశాడు.
Rama, being the king of the country, he had to protect the societal dharma, his duty to the nation. Therefore, he sacrificed the family dharma in order to uphold the national or the societal dharma.
అందరి కూడా సీతమ్మకి ఎంత కష్టమైందో, పాపం ఎంత దుఃఖం ఉరి అయిందో సీతమ్మ గురించి ఆలోచిస్తున్నారే కానీ తన అర్ధాంగిని అర్ధభాగమైన సీతమ్మ త్యజించే రాముడి దుఃఖాన్ని కోసము ఎవరు కూడా విచారించటం లేదే.
Over this topic of banishment of Sita to the forest, people generally they sympathize with Sita for all the hardships she had to undergo when she was banished, but nobody ever thinks of the grief and melancholy in the heart of Rama after having banished half of his personality.
సీతమ్మ పోయిన తర్వాత ఒక్క క్షణం కూడా తాను సుఖంగా ఉండలేదు.
After Sita went away to the forest, he was never happy even for a moment.
కాబట్టి మనము రాముడు ఒక చరిత్రాన్ని సరిగ్గా చదివి అర్థం చేసుకుంటే ఈ ధర్మవాక్య పరిపాలన నిమిత్తమై ఆయన జీవితం అంతా కూడా గడిపాడని మనం తెలుసుకోవచ్చు.
If you study the character of Rama in the right perspective, you will easily understand all his life he led in order to adhere to the command of Dharma.
అయోధ్యపురికి రాజుడైన తర్వాత తన కుటుంబము రాజధర్మ కన్నా తక్కువే, చిన్నదే.
When he became the king of Ayodhya, the duty as a king was superior to duty as a family man.
హరిశ్చంద్రుడు తారామతిని మనం పోగొట్టుకోలేదా?
Did not Satya Harishchandra lose his wife Taramati?
తన సత్యవాక్య పరిపాలన కోసము అన్ని త్యాగం చేశాడు.
In order to adhere to the truthful word, he sacrificed everything.
ఈ విధంగా మనం చూస్తే ఈ గొప్ప చరిత్రను మనం చదివితే ఈ ధర్మం కోసమే వాళ్ళు వచ్చినారు, ప్రవర్తించినారు, పోయారు అని మనము తెలుసుకోవాలి.
When you look at these noble and divine personalities, we easily understand they came into the world only in order to adhere to Dharma.
నిన్నటి మొన్నటి కూడా మీరందరూ చాలా ప్రశ్నలని రాసి ఇచ్చారు.
Many of you have written down many questions to be answered by me.
అది ఆన్సర్ చేసే ముందర ఇంకొక చిన్న విషయం రామాయణం గురించి తెలిపించాలి.
Before I clarify your questions and doubts, I have got to tell you one more thing from Ramayana.
లక్ష్మణుడు అంటే రాముడికి ప్రాణప్రియుడు.
Lakshmana was dear to Rama, very dear as his own life.
లైఫ్ కన్నా ఎక్కువగా,
Even more than his life, he loved Lakshmana.
యుద్ధ భూమిలో లక్ష్మణుడు మూర్ఛితై పడినప్పుడు రాముడు చెప్పాడు, నాకు సీత లాంటిది భార్య చిక్కవచ్చు కానీ లక్ష్మణుడు అంటే భ్రాతృ చిక్కడు.
When Lakshmana swooned on the battlefield, Rama said, maybe I will get another wife like Sita, but I will never get another brother like Lakshmana.
నేను నా ప్రాణాన్ని త్యజించి లక్ష్మణును కాపాడుతానని వేడుస్తూ ఒక విధమైన చాలా బాధపడుతూ వచ్చాడు రాముడు.
He was grieving over Lakshmana. He lamented and cried out that I will sacrifice my own life in order to save Lakshmana.
నేను నా జీవితం ఇస్తానే కానీ లక్ష్మణుని మనం కాపాడాలని అందరినీ కూడా తాను ప్రార్థించాడు.
He requested everybody around, we have to protect the life of Lakshmana even at the cost of my own life.
తర్వాత అయోధ్య నగరం చేరిన తర్వాత ఒక సమయం లోపల రాముడితో కలవడానికి యమధర్మరాజు వచ్చాడు.
After Rama was coronated, was living as the king of Ayodhya, one day Yamadharma Raja came to meet Rama.
ఆ మీటింగ్ జరుగుతున్నప్పుడు లక్ష్మణుడు రాముడు ఆదేశించాడు.
When that meeting was taking place, Rama had commanded Lakshmana,
ఎవరిని కూడా లోపల రానివ్వద్దు,
don't allow anybody inside.
ఎవరిని కూడా లోపల రానిస్తే నీ ప్రాణాన్ని నువ్వు పోగొట్టుకుంటావు అని రాముడు చెప్పాడు.
Even Rama had told very strictly to Lakshmana, if you allow anybody and disturb my meeting, you will lose your life.
కాబట్టి చాలా స్ట్రిక్ట్గా ఎవరిని కూడా లోపల రానివ్వద్దు అని మాట.
Therefore, he had commanded to Lakshmana, he very strictly, don't allow anybody inside.
ఆ సమయం లోపల దుర్వాసుడు వచ్చాడు.
At that point of time came Durvasa, sage Durvasa.
దుర్వాసుడు అంటే గొప్ప కోపంతో ఉండే ఒక మహాత్ముడు.
Durvasa was a very noble soul, a Mahatma, but he was short-tempered.
కాబట్టి వచ్చినప్పుడు నేను రాముడిని కలవాలా, నాకు చాలా అర్జెంట్ మీటింగ్ పని ఉన్నది అని చెప్పినప్పుడు లక్ష్మణుడు ఆపేసి ఇప్పుడు రాముడు కలవడానికి ఎవరికి వీలు లేదు అని చెప్పాడు.
Durvasa said, immediately I have to meet Rama, I have got some urgent work. Lakshmana stopped Durvasa from entering.
అప్పుడు దుర్వాసుడు కోపంతో నన్ను ఈ విధంగా నువ్వు పర్మిషన్ ఇవ్వకపోతే ఈ యావత్ అయోధ్య వాసులకు నన్ను శ్రాపం ఇచ్చి వాళ్ళు ఒక పతనము కారణమవుతుంది ఇది.
Durvasa got very angry and said, if you don't permit me inside now, I am going to curse all the people of Ayodhya and they will have a downfall.
ఆ ఆచరణలో లక్ష్మణుడు విచారించింది ఏమిటంటే రాముడు సమాజం కోసం తన భార్యని కూడా త్యజించాడు, కాబట్టి నేను అయోధ్యని కాపాడే నిమిత్తమై నన్ను ప్రాణాన్ని కూడా పోగొట్టుకోవచ్చు.
In order to uphold dharma, Rama sacrificed his wife Sita. Now in order to uphold Ayodhya, I will sacrifice my life.
కాబట్టి దుర్వాసుని పర్మిషన్ ఇచ్చి లోపల పంపించాడు.
Therefore, Durvasa was permitted to go inside.
రాముడు చాలా ఆశ్చర్యపడిపోయి చాలా దుఃఖంతో శోకంతో బయటికి వచ్చి లక్ష్మణుడు చెప్పాడు.
Rama was amazed and surprised, but was grief-stricken and came to Lakshmana and told him,
లక్ష్మణ, ఎంత పని చేసావు నువ్వు?
Lakshmana, what have you done?
ఎవరిని రానివ్వకూడదని చెప్పినప్పుడు కూడా ఈయన లోపల పంపించి నీ ప్రాణాన్ని పోగొట్టుకే కారణమైపోయావు నువ్వు.
You have become the cause for losing your own life by disobeying my command that you should not allow anybody inside.
నేను నా ప్రాణాన్ని కూడా త్యజిస్తాను కానీ నువ్వు నీ ప్రాణం నువ్వు పోగొట్టుకుంటే నేను అది తట్టుకోలేను.
Even I am ready to die, but when you lose your life, there is no way I can bear it.
చిన్నప్పుడే తండ్రిని పోగొట్టుకున్నాను.
I lost my father when I was quite young.
తర్వాత భార్యని పోగొట్టుకున్నాను.
I have lost my wife.
ఇప్పుడు నిన్ను కూడా పోగొట్టుకుంటే నేను ఎలా బ్రతికేది?
If I lose you, now why should I live?
అప్పుడు లక్ష్మణుడు చెప్పాడు.
Then Lakshmana said,
రామ, నీ నేర్పించిన మాటలే నీ చూపించే బాటలే నేను అనుసరిస్తున్నాను.
I have been following your commands and I am walking on the path which is trodden by you.
నీ దారి నిదర్శనమే గాని ప్రదర్శనం కాదు.
Your path, your action is a kind of an example and not an exhibition.
నువ్వు నేర్పించింది నేను ఫాలో చేయకపోతే నేను ఈ భ్రాతృగా ఎలా పిలిపించుకుంటాను?
If I don't obey what you have taught me, how can I be a true brother to you?
ఈ సమాజం కోసము వ్యక్తిని మనము సాక్రిఫైస్ చేయవచ్చు.
For the society, you can sacrifice an individual.
కాబట్టి అయోధ్య వాసులను కాపాడాలని నేను నా ప్రాణాలను కూడా పోగొట్టుకోవడానికి సిద్ధంగా ఉన్నాను.
In order to protect the people of Ayodhya, I am ready to lose my life.
అప్పుడు లక్ష్మణుడు పోయి ఆ సరియు నది లోపల జల సమాధి తీసుకొని తన ప్రాణాన్ని తను విడిచాడు.
Lakshmana then went away to the river Saryu and drowned himself and lost his life.
ఈ విధంగా మనం చూస్తే రామాయణం నందు ప్రతి ఒక్క చరిత్రలో కూడా ధర్మమే చేరి ఉంది కానీ వేరేది కాదు.
If you analyze Ramayana, in every episode you find there is only dharma and nothing else.
ఈ ధర్మం మనం చక్కగా అర్థం చేసుకుంటే అన్ని సందేహాల సంశయాలకు మనము పరిహారం చేయవచ్చు.
If you can really grasp what is dharma, all your doubts and questions can be easily clarified.
ఆ ధర్మ సంస్థాపన నిమిత్తమే భగవంతుడు అవతరించుతున్నాడు.
God incarnates in order to uphold dharma.
అందుకనే ధర్మయే సర్వోపరి.
And dharma is the ultimate goal.
ఆ ధర్మం రక్షతి రక్షిత. ధర్మమును మనం కాపాడితే ధర్మం మనం కాపాడుతుంది.
If you protect dharma, dharma will protect you.
అందుకనే రాముడు చేసిన అన్ని కూడా ధర్మ ప్రకారమే.
Therefore, we can say Rama did everything according to dharma.
అదే లక్ష్మణుడు కూడా పాలించాడు.
The same thing was practiced by Lakshmana also.
రామాయణంలో రాసలేదు కానీ నేను చెప్తున్నాను.
Though it is not written in the book of Ramayana, I want to reveal to you.
ఆ దోబి ఇంత మాట చెప్పినప్పుడు సీతమ్మ చెవిలో పడింది.
In fact, when washerman said those words, Sita also heard that.
తను ఒక కక్షం లోపల మాట్లాడుకుంటున్నప్పుడు రాముడు చాలా బాధపడుతూ సీతమ్మకి చెప్పాడు, ఈ విధంగా ప్రజలు మాట్లాడుకుంటున్నారు, మనం ఏమి చేసేది?
Rama, when he was in a room with Sita, told her, subjects are speaking about you this way, what is that we will do?
అప్పుడు సీతమ్మ చెప్పింది,
Then Sita said,
ఈ ప్రజలు సరి అయిన ఒక నిదర్శనాన్ని మనము అందించాలి.
we have to set the right example for the subjects.
కాబట్టి ఈనాటి దినము సీత పవిత్రమైనది, సీతమ్మ లోపల ఏ కలంకము లేదని నువ్వు చెబితే నువ్వు ఒక భర్తగా చెప్తున్నావని వాళ్ళు అనుకోవచ్చు.
Suppose you tell the subjects that Sita is ever pure and absolutely there is no blemish in her character, people will think you are speaking as a husband.
కాబట్టి దాన్ని ఏ విధం కూడా మనం వాళ్ళకు తెలిపించాలని ప్రయత్నించిన సంభవం కాదు.
In whatever way you may try to explain this in order to protect me, people will not be satisfied.
అందుకనే నేను ఒక విధమైన నీతో దూరం అవుతేనే దీనికి ఒక సమాధానం జరుగుతుంది.
Only if I move away from you, all the subjects will be satisfied.
అది రాముడికి పంపించలేదు, సీతమ్మయే తన ఎంత ధర్మవాక్య పరిపాలన చూడండి, నేను నీ పత్ని అర్ధాంగిని.
Rama did not really banish Sita. It is Sita who took that decision because she was the better half of Rama.
చెప్పింది, నువ్వు ధర్మంకు ఒక విగ్రహవానగా ఉంటే నేను కూడా నీకు అర్ధాంగినియే కదా.
You are the very embodiment of Dharma. I am a part and parcel of your personality.
కానీ ఈ ధర్మాన్ని మనం నిలబెట్టే నిమిత్తమై ఎంతైనా త్యాగం చేయడానికి నేను సిద్ధం ఉన్నాను.
I am ready to sacrifice anything in order to uphold Dharma.
దీనివల్ల ప్రజలకు ఒక మంచి అభిప్రాయం కలిగి వాళ్ళ లోపల ఒక మంచి భావం పెంచుకుంటే అదే నాకు చాలు.
I will be satisfied if people are satisfied with what is done and they develop good feelings.
తద్వారా సీతయ్య తనకు తాను పరిశ్రమ చేసుకున్నది కానీ రాముడు పనిష్ చేయలేదు.
In fact, it was Sita who punished herself, not Rama.
ఎంత త్యాగము వాళ్ళ లోపల.
You look at the great sense of sacrifice in Sita.
అది మనం రామాయణంలో నేర్చుకోవాలా.
That is what we have to learn from Ramayana.
త్యాగే నైకే అమృతత్వ మానశుః.
Only by sacrifice you attain immortality.
న కర్మణ,
Not by
న
actions,
ప్రజయ,
not by progeny,
ధనేన,
not by wealth.
త్యాగే నైకే అమృతత్వ మానశుః.
Only by sacrifice you will attain immortality.
అంత ఒక త్యాగమూర్తి అయిన సీతారాముడు చరిత్రాన్ని మనం ఈనాటి దినం నేర్చుకున్నారు. ఎంత అహోభాగ్యం మీది.
It is our great good fortune. Today we have learned the story of Rama and Lakshmana, who are Rama and Sita, who are the very embodiments of Dharma.
ఆ సమయం లోపల రాముడి మీద ఏ ఒక కలంకము ఏ ఒక చెడు రాకూడదని సీతమ్మ తనకు తానే పోయింది.
Sita, in order to uphold the good name and reputation of Rama, she decided to go away to the forest.
ఈనాటి దినం ఇట్లాంటిది ఏమైనా జరిగితే ఫస్ట్ వాళ్ళు కోర్టుకు పోయి డైవర్స్ పేపర్ పంపించేస్తారు.
In today's world, take a divorce.
డైవర్స్ తీసుకున్నారు కదా సరిపోదు, దాని తర్వాత ఇంతో అంతో వాళ్ళకి ఖర్చులు వాళ్ళకి జీవితం గడిపే నిమిత్తమై కావాల్సినన్ని కూడా అందించాలని కూడా కోర్టులో రాసి ఉంటుంది.
And the court will give a judgment saying when there is a divorce, there should be compensation given to the wife.
అవన్నీ సరే కానీ ఆ ప్రేమ ఆ త్యాగ ధర్మము ఈనాటి దినం ఎక్కడ కనబడటం లేదు.
All that is fine from a worldly point of view, but you don't see that kind of sense of sacrifice and adherence to Dharma like what it was.
రాముడు లాంటి భర్తుడు, సీతమ్మ లాంటి భార్య ఆదర్శ దంపతులు.
A husband like Rama, a wife like Sita are ideal couple.
సీత కావాల్సి ఉంటే ఆ రాజ్యంలోనే ఉండి అయోధ్య నగరిలోనే తన ఒక చాలా సుఖములన్నీ కూడా అనుభవిస్తూ ఉండగలసింది.
Maybe if Sita wanted, she could have stayed back in Ayodhya and enjoy all the comforts.
నేను నీకు అర్ధాంగిని,
But I am your better half.
నువ్వు వనవాసం పోతే నేను నీ వెంటనే రావాలి కానీ ఇక్కడ ఉండిపోకూడదు అని తనకు తానే సమర్పించుకున్నది.
And when Rama was going for life of exile in the forest, she submitted herself, said, when you are going to forest, I should follow you as a part and parcel of your personality.
ఆ వనవాసము అనేటువంటిది ఒక ఆదేశం రాముడికి మాత్రం ఉండేది కానీ సీతమ్మకు లేదు.
The command of exile in the forest was given only to Rama. It did not apply to Sita, in
కానీ
fact.
రాముడి సుఖమే నా సుఖము, రాముడి దుఃఖమే నా దుఃఖం అనేటువంటి ఒక భావం వల్ల తను కూడా ఇవన్నీ త్యజించి రాముడు వెంట పోయింది.
Sita had uppermost in her mind the happiness of Rama, and sorrow of Rama was her own sorrow. Therefore, she sacrificed all the luxuries and comforts of palace life and went away
అంతా
to
ఒక
forest.
త్యాగమూర్తి అయిన సీతమ్మ ఒక చరిత్రము వల్ల ఈనాటి దినం కూడా మనము సీతారాం అని చెప్తున్నాము కానీ రామసీత అని పాడటం లేదు.
Because Sita was an embodiment of such sense of sacrifice, today also we take the name of Sita first and then Rama. By saying Sita Rama, we don't say Rama Sita.
అందువల్లే తన ధర్మపత్ని అయింది కానీ కర్మపత్ని కాలేదు.
By doing that, Sita became the Dharma Patni, not the Karma Patni.
ఈనాడు దినం ఎక్కడ చూసినా పేరుకు మాత్రం ధర్మపత్ని కానీ ప్రవర్తనలో అన్ని కర్మపత్నులు అయిపోతున్నారు.
But today, if you look at society, the wives are no more Dharma Patnis, they are only Karma Patnis.
హస్బెండ్ వైఫ్ ఇద్దరు కూడా ఒక రథంలో ఉండే రెండు చక్రాలు లాంటి వాళ్ళే.
Husband and wife are like two wheels of a chariot.
ఈ ధర్మ మార్గంలో ఈ రథం పోవాలి కానీ కర్మ మార్గంలో పోరాదు.
And this chariot should move on the path of Dharma, not on the path of Karma.
అదే ఒక సీతారాముడు చరిత్రము.
That is the story of Sita and Rama.
చాలా క్వశ్చన్స్ కూడా మీరు నిన్న ఇచ్చారు, సమయాభావం వల్ల చెప్పలేదు నేను.
Yesterday you have given me a lot of questions. Because of lack of time, I did not answer them.
కొన్ని క్వశ్చన్స్ కావాల్సి ఉంటే ఈ రాత్రి దినం మనము విచారించవచ్చు.
Maybe today I can give answers to a few questions.
Please ask. For the sake of saving some time, I will translate into English as Sir asks the question. We'll combine the questions which are of similar nature into only few questions.
Which is the absolute religion? Why were so many religions created for realizing one God?
As Swami said just a while ago, Dharma is the true religion. Dharma means what we ought to do. Mama Dharma. The very purpose of our birth is to attain our divinity. That is our true Dharma. If we don't do that and do everything else, it's merely a waste of all our time and life. Therefore, the true Dharma of every person is to realize one's own divinity. Now, what is the divinity? Divinity is pure love. As long as we are having this pure love, we will be divine. If it gets contaminated with selfishness, self-interest, then this love remains no more pure. Such purity of love, the attainment of that is our dharma. And therefore Swami always says, there is only one religion, the religion of love.
The next question is, the world has seen many avatars and saints coming, teaching and going back. However, the world seems to remain more or less the same. Why? Why are not the efforts not reaching a larger scale to encompass the whole of humanity?
Swami says, you are all looking at what has not happened, but you are not looking at what has happened when the avatars have come. You are only looking at one side of the things. You are not looking at it in the complete perspective. Just imagine if these avatars also would not have come to this world, what would have been the situation of this world today? Since avatars are here, at least a few of you, a few good people are still getting what they need to get, and therefore the world is still sustaining itself. Therefore, look at what has happened because of so many avatars coming. If they also would not have come, we wouldn't have been here today, even in this peaceful environment as we are.
The current era has given birth to an astounding number of atheists. How can we explain the concept of God to an atheist? How can we confront him to the fact that God really exists, whether he believes the fact or not.
Because God is just a name to a force that sustains this entire creation. He could be called God, it could be called Bhagavan, it could be called Allah, it could be called by any name, just as yesterday we discussed. Water, if called as Vari or Jalam or Pani or Neer, it ultimately quenches your thirst. Once, two scientists were traveling in a train. The younger one was reading the Bible, and the older one was curious as to why a young scientist of his stature has taken to this path of religion which has no logic and no reason. On asking, the young man did not reply. He said, "It is my belief that God exists, and I find a lot of strength and peace, therefore I follow the Bible." The old scientist started ridiculing the young one as to he's wasting his life, and being a scientist, he's bringing a kind of, he's causing insult to the scientific community by believing in things like this. As the train came to its station and they were about to part, the old scientist, still not satisfied with his lectures, told the young one, "You need a little more advice. Today, lack of time, I could not tell you much. Let us meet again. You come to my lab and we will discuss why young minds should not take to this path of religion, for there is no God, there is only science, and everything can be explained." The young one took his card and in return gave his card back to the old scientist. The old scientist was surprised to see this. The young man was none other than Edison himself, who had achieved much more than the old one. Having been surprised, he said, "Do not bother about coming to my lab. Now I will only come to your lab and explain to you why you must not believe in God and all this philosophy of religion." One fine day, the old scientist came to Edison's lab. And as he entered, he saw a beautiful model of the solar system. It was, of course, not the real solar system. It was only a model like the one which is outside this hall, carrying the symbols of many religions. The old one was quite happy to see this and asked Edison, "Who created this model of the solar system?" Edison, seemingly surprised, said, "Oh, nobody created it. It just appeared one day." The old man said, "How can that be possible? How can something appear just like that? Somebody should have made this model. That's how it has come here." Edison said, "No, no, no. Don't believe in all this. Nobody created it. It just appeared on its own." He said, "This is not at all logic. Being a scientist, you can't give answers like this." Then Edison explained, when you can say that the whole system, solar system, which is real and is working with planets, moon, sun, all in their own positions, has not been created by anybody. Just on one fine day, it has appeared on its own through a big bang. When real one can appear like this, what is there for an artificial one to appear just like that? Therefore, for everything that has been created, there has to be a creator. Call him by the name that you want. You call Amma, you call Ai, you call Tai, you call Mother. Whatever name you call, you are addressing the same person. Likewise, whichever name we call, we are still addressing the same God. For every creation, there has to be a creator. As I was coming in the car, the model was rotating on its own. I said, "Does the model have life? Can it rotate on its own?" Then I was told, "No, there is a boy sitting inside and he is rotating it." You see, anything that is moving, there has to be somebody who is moving it. A creator has to be there. If you are wearing clothes today, a tailor has been there as the reason. If you're eating the food today, a cook has been there who has cooked it. For everything that has been experienced by you, there has to be a creator. Therefore, there is nothing that has happened without the will or the power of God.
We want to see a developed India with purity in the hearts of everyone. Is this possible in this generation?
From he says, if it is not possible in this generation, then it will never be possible. And it is for you all to make it possible. This is the right time. This is the right season. If we still the land, remove the weeds, sow the seeds, water it well, when the rains come, the crop will grow on its own. But if the time passes and then we go back and try to change things, it's not going to happen. Once the season goes, how much ever seeds you sow, it won't grow into a crop. India today is full of young men and women. When most of the other countries are aging, who have already learned a lot of habits, and to teach them anything new is a tremendous task. Here is our country with so many young ones like you all who are ready to learn, who are ready to transform, who are ready to believe in spirituality and take to this path of dharma. If it can't happen at this point in this season, I do not know when can it happen again. It is for you to make it happen.
What is the simple way to tame the mind and imbibe mindfulness in our fast-paced day-to-day life?
Mrs. What is this mind? I say mind is a bundle of thoughts. Just as this piece of cloth is made of threads woven horizontally and vertically, so is this mind nothing but a conglomeration of thoughts. If you replace black threads with white, cloth will become white. If you replace white threads with red, cloth will become red. The color of the cloth is nothing but the color of the thread. A mind which has pure thoughts, good thoughts, is always in the state of sattva or peace or goodness. Such a mind does not need any control. It is like a trained dog which knows its tricks and it can do exactly at your command. However, to train this mind to reach this state of purity, to reach this state of divinity and sattvic qualities, it is an effort that needs to be put. Easiest way to keep your mind under good control is to keep good company around you. Satsangam nitsangatvam. Keeping good company will take you to this silence or solitude. Nisangatve nirmohatvam. From this solitude or the company of your own self, you will be able to develop detachment. Nirmohatve nischal tattvam. That is what will lead to the still essence of our existence, and that is nischal tattve jivan mukti. That is what is the liberation, or mohakshaya, that is the destruction of all our attachments. Mind that is attached is difficult to control. Mind that is detached is very easy. To develop this detachment, to develop this purity, you must keep the good company always. Most of you are in the stage called brahmacharya. It is just not about celibacy. Brahmacharya means the one who is always moving around with Brahma or God. Constantly if you think of God, your mind will be under control. Mind is like a child. It will not sit quiet on its own. If you tell it not to play outside, it will start playing inside. It has to be put on some task or the other. An idle mind is uncontrollable. Therefore, instead of putting it in wrong tasks, pull it and put it on the right tasks. It may not happen in one day, for you have not learnt walking, talking, eating, riding a bicycle, reading a book in one day. By constant practice, you have been able to achieve this. By constant practice alone, you will be able to control your mind. Keep it in the company of God. Keep it in the company of good people. It will behave itself. Keep it in the company of the wrong ones. It will misbehave. Therefore, as is your company, so is your character. Keep good company. That's what Swami always says. In the morning also, one speaker said, you must avoid the bad company. Why go and face a temptation which will half your strength and give more strength to the temptation, like the wali who takes away half of your strength the moment you confront him. Therefore, keep good company. ABC of life is avoid bad company. ABC of life is always be careful. ABC of life is always be cheerful. If you avoid bad company and you're always careful, you'll always be cheerful. Your mind will always behave well. Keep good company. Satsangam.
People following different religions have different food habits. Does it affect their progress towards divinity?
Swami says, as is our food, so is our blood. As is our blood, so is our head. Which means, whatever we take, it affects our head or our thoughts. Food, you may just consider it to be the one that goes in through our mouths of various variety and types. But that is not alone food. What we see with our eyes, what we hear with our ears, what we smell with our nose, what we touch with our hands, everything in the way is feeding this body-mind complex. All this is some kind of food or the other which is affecting our mind, our thoughts. If you eat pure sattvic food, your thoughts also will be pure. If you see good things, your mind will remain good. If you read good things, your mind will remain good. If you go to good places, your mind will remain good. Therefore, if you choose to accept only good through your eyes, ears, nose, hands, then even through mouth, all your thoughts will become good. I just now told, Manobulam idam jagat, this is the whole world has the basis in mind. Turn the mind inwards, you open the lock like a key turned towards the right. If you turn the mind outwards, you lock it again, like the key turned to the left, and it locks. Likewise, if a pure mind you want to develop, all that you accept through all the senses should be pure, not necessarily just the food. All that you see, hear, touch, smell, everything has to be pure.
Today, if one person can see Sai Baba, why not all people?
Swami says, it is like asking, if one person can hear a radio song, why all cannot hear? All can hear. There is only one requirement. You need to have a transistor radio with you, which needs to be tuned well to the station from where the songs are coming. If it is constantly tuned to the right station, you will hear all that which is coming from that station. But if you change the tuning to some other station, you will hear the song that comes from that station. Again, going back to mind is the reason for one's liberation or bondage. Mind is like the radio. Thoughts are like tuning it. If you keep your thoughts constantly on God, you will see God everywhere. If you keep your thoughts constantly on the world, you will see world everywhere. If there is a disturbance in your radio signal, you're not able to hear the song, means your tuning has not been proper. You have to tune it well. We see TV, we see lot of things, lot of programs on television. If you put to the right channel and your antenna is tuned correctly, you will see the right thing. If there is a disturbance in the TV, it means there is something wrong with either the channel or the direction of your antenna. Keep your mind constantly on God, not once in a while. Constant integrated awareness. That is the way. If everything that you do, thinking only of God, not yourself, not others, always God being in your thought, it's possible for everyone. In fact, it is possible, and this is what Swami is all the time telling, that if you put all your mind on Swami, on God, on good things, you will experience it accordingly. Two things are required to achieve anything. One is Daivanugraham, God's grace, and the second one is Manav Prayatnam, that is the effort of human beings. If both come together, then you can achieve anything. As Krishna says, Yatra Yogishwara Krishna, Yatra Partha Dhanudhara. Both should be there, the Yogishwara Krishna and the Partha Dhanudhara. If man does his duty, God's grace is there in abundance. If we are not able to achieve something, it means we have not done our duty, because God's grace cannot be lacking for anyone. He is compassionate, He does not differentiate. He blesses everyone equally. Put more efforts, think of God more, tune your minds always to the station of God. You will experience God everywhere. Sarvada Sarvakaleshu Sarvatra Harichintanam. In all times, at all places, in all circumstances, think only of God. It is possible.
Is meditation important or doing service important?
First you understand what is meditation. Concentration, contemplation, meditation. They are the three stages. Concentration means wherever your body is, that is where your mind should be, that is where your heart should be. Manasekam, vachasekam, karmanyekam. All your thoughts, words and deeds should be one. That is real concentration. It's not merely about listening to something or seeing something for some time. When you are constantly in this state of concentration, it becomes a contemplation for you. And if you become one with what you are thinking of, that becomes meditation. Meditation is union with God. It is oneness with that you are contemplating upon. What is God? God is pure love. If your heart is full of love, mind is full of purity, that is meditation, that is union with God. But God's love does not remain in words, in thoughts, but it converts itself into action. And that action is nothing but service. If you say, I love someone, and you don't serve, then you truly don't love. Love will not sit quiet. When it sees someone in pain, sees someone in need, immediately it will transform into action, into service. If you are truly meditating by being one with your true nature, which is love, which is divinity, service cannot be far from that. For love is nothing but service, and service is born out of love. Both are like object and shadow, cannot exist without each other. True meditation is being one, union with your own true divinity, which is pure love, and that love is going to express itself as service. They are not different, they are like the object and shadow.
The last question for the day, because all the questions here are similar to the ones already asked, except this question. In the present scenario, some religious people have taken to the arms, and they are not in a condition to listen to anyone. Is it wrong on some other religions also to take up arms to defend themselves?
If somebody has truly followed the religion, they will know that religion will give you so much of strength of love, that love itself is enough to conquer all the people in the world. You don't need arms to conquer people. Arms can conquer territories, arms can conquer properties, but they cannot conquer people. Religion is about people, not about objects, properties, territories, or geographies. Truly, the person who is religious does not need arms. I always say selfless love is the biggest power. No power can stand in front of selfless love. So if somebody has taken mistakenly the path of violence, path of arms, or path of destruction, what should other religions do? At least they should know that they shouldn't become like them. If they truly believe in their religion, their way of life, then they will know that love is enough to conquer all these hearts. If there is fire, you can't douse fire with more fire. You have to douse it with water. If you take up arms, again people who already have arms, then there is no end to this. In the process, everything will be destroyed. Everybody will be destroyed. You take the path of love and believe that I am born due to God's will, and if I have to die, that also is going to happen only according to God's will, not by the will of men around me. So if God has written for me to live despite all the violence around me, nobody can kill me. And if God wants me to leave the world, even if everything is all right around you, you may still not be able to live. Believe that God is the controller of your destiny, not the men around you. Even if you take up arms, even if they take up violence, they cannot harm you if God does not want it to happen. Do not, this is not my way. A negativity can be only killed with positivity. Negativity becomes more negativity. Minus, you should not go like that. You should only be positive in all circumstances. Believe in the strength of love. Believe in this power of selflessness. Pray for everybody. What do I say? Samastu loka sukhino bhavantu. Let all the people be happy. What is happy? Happiness is union with God. Only when they truly understand God and they are in communion can they be happy. Can then only the world be a peaceful place. Our path is of ahimsa. Our path is of prema. Our path is of daya. Our path is of karuna. And know for sure that if you have these values and you sincerely believe in it, nobody can harm you. Arms are not required. God's love is more than enough. All this that we have discussed in the last 2 days was first about the harmony of religions. There are so many religions as there are so many people. Based on each person's taste, people eat differently. Yesterday our father has answered, in Africa they eat one dish, in India they eat another. It's all ultimately is done to satisfy one's hunger. Likewise, so many religions in so many places have come up to teach us this way of life, the way through which we can reach our destination, which is divinity, to develop this pure selfless love for all without differentiation. That is our dharma. That is what we ought to do in all circumstances. All that has been taught, spoken and heard is only the hearing. That's only first part. Now comes mananam, that is eschewing it. You must chew on it. And then nididhyasana, practice, digest it. Only when you have digested this food can it give you strength. If food remains undigested, it only creates trouble for you and the people around you. However, a digested food gives you satisfaction, strength to do your work. Go back and practice all this that has been taught. This year we have taken Ramayana. Another day we will take another Bhagavad Gita. Another day we will take Puranas. This way we will have to learn about our own culture, our own history. These are not stories. These are truth presented in different ways. If you don't understand Ramayana, you will end up in Mahabharata. That is what is happening all around. Practice, practice, practice. There is no other way. Nanya pantha enaya vidyate. There is no other way other than putting everything into practice. Don't let it go waste, having got this wonderful opportunity. Blessing thus that you all will make good use of this opportunity and practice and benefit from this. I conclude my talk today. Sai. Sai Leela, are you satisfied today or still you are not satisfied? Dharma is above everything else. All individualities, families, everything is below dharma. For the sake of benefiting many, a few can be sacrificed.
Swami, on behalf of all the delegates and everyone present here, I place our collective gratitude at your lotus feet for answering our questions and quenching the thirst in our minds. The next program for this evening is a skit presented on the life of Hanuman, Bhakta Hanuman. This drama will be enacted entirely in Sanskrit, the Madhura Bhasha. Before that, we will take a 10-minute short break while the sets are being arranged, and we'll reconvene quickly in 10 minutes to watch the beautiful drama. Kindly remain seated for a few minutes.
Welcome to Sanatanavani, the voice eternal.
चलच्चारुषुण्डम्
Sairam, all the delegates kindly assemble back in the auditorium and remain seated. The drama is going to begin shortly. I repeat, kindly remain seated. The drama is going to begin shortly.
రామదర్శనార్థం ఆగత్య సీతా క్షేమలాభం
Om Shri Sai Ram. We will be commencing the drama shortly. Bhagwan is just arriving. Can we have absolute silence in the auditorium, please? Sai Ram. Om Shri Sai Ram. Once in Kodaikanal, Swami was relating the glorious story of Lord Hanuman and his devotion to Lord Rama. He materialized a beautiful, dazzling necklace of 108 shining pearls and stated that this was the necklace Mother Sita gifted to Hanuman at the coronation of Sri Rama. But Hanuman's devotion and concentration on the Lord was so single-pointed that he bit into every single pearl in order to see Lord Rama's image in them, but failing to find it, threw away the priceless chain as useless. Then Swami said Hanuman's attention was not on the necklace, but on his Lord and Master. And Lord Hanuman is the epitome of the ideal that Swami has set for all of us across times. There was once a boy who walked up to Swami and asked, "Swami, is there anything beyond God?" Obviously, everybody were a little taken aback. But Swami, however, in his own inimitable way, said, "Yes, it is love." Swami said, "The greatest power which supersedes even God is love for God. If there is a force that is more powerful than the Lord himself and even make him bend his own rules, it is love. And this love towards God manifests as bhakti." So even the avatar comes from the infinite ocean of love and manifests himself as an ideal for all humanity to follow, imitate, and reach him. That is why love is supreme. Today, under Bhagwan's divine directions, 51 students from grade 8 to grade 10, pre-university, and students from the Sri Sathya Sai Center for Human Excellence will present the story of Lord Hanuman in Sanskrit. From script to costume, as always, and as is the tradition, every single step has been guided lovingly by the divine director, Bhagwan himself. Brothers and sisters, the students here this evening present to all of us, Bhakta Hanuman. Sai Ram.
गलद्बानखण्डम् मिलद्भृङ्गषण्डम् जलचारुषुण्डम् जगत्राणसौण्डम् लसदन्तकाण्डम् विपद्भङ्गचण्डम् शिवप्रेमपिण्डम् भजे वक्रतुण्डम् भजे वक्रतुण्डम् संकल्पमात्र परिकल्पितवस्तुजालं प्रेमाद्रशीलम् अतिमानुषदिव्यलीलं संकल्पमात्र परिकल्पितवस्तुजालं प्रेमार्द्रशीलम् अतिमानुषदिव्यलीलं भक्तानुकूलमनवद्य कृपालवालं श्रीसत्य साई नमः प्रणतोऽस्मि नित्यम्। सर्वे शृण्वन्तु हनुमत्कथा, सर्वे शृण्वन्तु हनुमत्कथा, हनुमत्कथा रामभक्तकथा, हनुमत्कथा साई भक्तकथा, सर्वे शृण्वन्तु हनुमत्कथा। रामायणमाला रत्नकथा, अञ्जनानन्द रुचिरकथा, रामायणमाला रत्नकथा, अञ्जनानन्द रुचिरकथा, सिन्धो सलिलोल्लङ्घन वीरकथा, सीतान्वेषण चतुरकथा, राम प्रेमामृतमतकथा, साई राम प्रेमामृतमतकथा, सर्वे शृण्वन्तु हनुमत्कथा, हनुमत्कथा रामभक्तकथा, हनुमत्कथा साई भक्तकथा, साई भक्तकथा, साई भक्तकथा।
ओम श्री साई राम। रामो विग्रहवान् धर्मः। अस्मिन् वाक्ये समग्र रामायणस्य सारं वर्तते। स्वयं भगवान् एव जगदोद्धारणार्थं त्रेतायुगे रामाभिधानः मानवरूपेण अवतीर्य जनादर्शाय रामायणाख्यम् अद्भुतं सुन्दरं च नाटकमिदम् अनटयत्। अस्मिन् रामायणे सर्वाण्यपि च पात्राणि जगतः आदर्शप्रायाणि एव। आदर्शपुत्र, आदर्शपत्नी, आदर्शभ्राता इत्यादयः कथं भवेयुः इत्यत्र रामायणे प्रदर्शितम्। शत्रुष्वपि केचन गुणाः आदर्शप्रायाः भवन्ति इति अपि रामायणं दर्शयति। अस्मिन् रामायणाख्ये नाटके हनुमान् आदर्शभक्तरूपेण सूर्य इव प्रकाशते। भारतीय इतिहासे यथा श्रीरामचन्द्रः सर्वत्र देवालयेषु सर्वेषां हृदये च पूज्यते, तथैव भक्तो हनुमान् अपि सर्वत्र सर्वैरपि पूज्यते। भगवतः साईरामस्य दैवी आदेशमनुसरन् सूत्रधारो भूत्वा अहं वाल्मीकि इदं हनुमत्कथामृतं भवतां सर्वेषां पाययावः।
बाला, स्वस्त्यस्तु तुभ्यं। कस्त्वं किं वाञ्छसि?
हे सर्वज्ञा, सर्वप्रकाशक, प्रभाकरा, वायुपुत्रोऽहम्। अहं वेदविद्यां व्याकरणशास्त्रं च भवत्सन्निधौ अध्येतुमिच्छन् इह आगतोऽस्मि। मां शिष्यरूपेण स्वीकृत्य विद्याम् अनुगृह्णातु।
वत्स, तव विद्याश्रद्धया अहं तुष्टोऽस्मि, परन्तु क्षणमप्यहम् एकत्र स्थातुं न शक्नोमि। सर्वत्र परिभ्रमन् मत्प्रभया जगद्रक्षणं करणीयं। कथमहं त्वां पाठयामि?
स्वामिन्, मास्तु चिन्ता तस्मिन् विषये। अहमेव भवत्सकाशमागच्छामि।
त्वं न जानासि, मद्रथे अन्येषाम् ईषदपि स्थलं नास्ति। अतः मद्रथे विद्याम् अभ्यस्तुं सुतरान् न शक्नोषि।
तर्हि भवद्रथात् बहिरेव आकाशमार्गे तवोन्मुखः पृष्ठगमः अनुसरामि। शिष्यस्तेऽहं प्रसन्नं मां शाधि।
विद्याविषये तव श्रद्धा प्रशंसनीया। अद्य प्रभृति मम शिष्योऽसि।
धन्योऽस्मि धन्योऽस्मि अनुग्रहीतोऽस्मि।
अग्रज, अयमेव पम्पातटः। सुग्रीवः ऋष्यमूकपर्वते वसति इति शबरी उक्तवती, परन्तु अत्र कोऽपि न दृश्यते।
लक्ष्मण, समाहितचित्तो भव। तत्रैको ब्राह्मणः दृश्यते खलु, विद्वान् तेजस्वी वर्चस्वी व प्रतिभाति। आवयोः समीप इव समागच्छन् अस्ति। तं पृष्ट्वा सुग्रीवस्य वासस्थलं जानीव?
प्रणमामि युवाभ्याम्। युवयोः तेजोयुक्तमुखकमलौ दृष्ट्वा महदानन्दः सञ्जातः। कुत आयातौ? कस्य वा सञ्जातौ? किमर्थं वा आगतौ?
लक्ष्मण, येनं तेजस्विनं पश्य।
नान् ऋग्वेदविनीतस्य नायजुर्वेदधारिणः नासामवेदविदुषः शक्यमेवं प्रभाषितुम्।
अग्रज, सत्यमेव तव वचनं। ब्राह्मणोत्तम, आवां ऋष्यमूकपर्वतम् अन्विषावः। सुग्रीवो नाम कश्चन वानरप्रमुखः तत्र वसति। तस्य सन्दर्शनार्थं तं पर्वतम् अन्विषावः।
युवां चीराजीनजटाधारिणौ धनुशरतूणीरधारिणौ सुग्रीवम् अन्विषतः। तस्मादहं चिन्ताकुलोऽस्मि।
अग्रज, अयं ब्राह्मणः उपकारं कर्तुं नेच्छति इति भाति। तस्मात् इतः गच्छावः।
भो युवः, क्षम्यताम्। अपरिचितौ आगन्तुकौ युवां मित्रे वा शत्रु वा इति अविज्ञाय कथं परिचयं वच्मि? हे स्वामिन्, भवन्तौ कौ? उच्यतां कृपया।
अयं मम अग्रजः रामः, कौसल्यानन्दवर्धनः। अहम् अस्य अनुजः लक्ष्मणः।
राम, श्रीराम, हे प्रभो, अहं सुग्रीव सचिवः। हनुमान् नाम वानरः।
जय जय श्रीराम रघुवर शुभकर श्रीराम। त्रिभुवन जननयनाभिराम। जय जय श्रीराम। तारक नाम दशरथ राम। तारक नाम दशरथ राम। धनुज विराम कोदंड राम। धनुज विराम कोदंड राम। जय जय श्रीराम रघुवरा शुभकर श्रीराम।
हनुमन्, तव ध्यानपूरित विद्या प्रवाहे मधुर वाङ्मय प्रवाहे निमग्नोऽहं मामेव विस्मृतोऽस्मि।
अहं भवत्सेवां कर्तुं कटिबद्धोऽस्मि। यावज्जीवनं भवत्पादसेवनिरतो भवामि। इदानीं राज्ञः सुग्रीवस्य समीपं गच्छामः।
भक्तस्य परीक्षा तु तत आरभ्यते यथा देवेन भक्तं क्लिष्टतमं कार्यं कर्तुं नियोज्यते। सीतान्वेषणमहत्कार्ये रामः स्वभक्तं हनुमन्तं नियोजयति। अन्वेषणमार्गे शतयोजनविस्तीर्णः सागरः अन्तरायः। अस्मिन् अत्यद्भुतकार्ये हनुमान् कथं तदन्तरायम् उदन्वन्तरति कार्यसिद्धिं प्राप्नोतीति भक्तजनेभ्यः सर्वेभ्यः एकः पाठः। स्वामिकार्यं श्रद्धया कृत्वा कथं दैवानुग्रहः सम्पादनीयः इत्यपि आदर्शः।
वानरवीराः दक्षिणदिशि सर्वत्र सीता अन्विष्टा। भूमेः अन्तिमभागः सम्प्राप्तः। अग्रभागे भीकरसमुद्रो अस्ति। सीता लङ्कायाम् अस्ति इति सम्पातिना उक्तम्। समुद्रोल्लङ्घनेन विना सीता सन्दर्शनं दुर्लभम्। अङ्गदा आज्ञापयतु भवान्, कथं साधनीयमिदं कार्यम्?
तदर्थं समुद्रो लङ्घनीयः, परन्तु शतयोजनलङ्घनसमर्थः अस्मासु कः? स एव सीतान्वेषणसमर्थः इति मे मतिः। जाम्बवान्, भवानेव अस्मासु ज्येष्ठः श्रेष्ठश्च। शतयोजनसमुद्रः भवतः नगण्यः, वत्सपदगर्ततरण इव अतिसुलभः।
अङ्गदा, सत्यं तव वचनं, परन्तु इदानीं वृद्धोऽस्मि। तथापि अहं 90 योजनं लङ्घयामि।
वानरवीराः, युष्मासु के कति योजनं लङ्घयन्ति?
अङ्गदा, अहं 40 योजनानि लङ्घयामि।
60 योजनलङ्घनसामर्थ्यं मम अस्ति।
अहं 100 योजनं लङ्घयामि, लङ्कामपि प्राप्नोमि, परन्तु निर्वर्तितुं न शक्नोमि।
एतत् कार्यं साधयितुम् एकः एव समर्थः, तमहं जानामि। हे अञ्जनागर्भसम्भूत, त्वं महान् रामभक्तोऽसि। उल्लङ्घ्य सागरं रामकार्यं साधयित्वा यशोवान् भव।
पूज्य, किमस्मिन् रामकार्यार्थसाधने समर्थोऽहम्?
सत्यं, त्वमेव समर्थोऽसि।
हनुमन्, स्मर तव अत्यद्भुतां शक्तिं। सूर्यात् वेदशास्त्राणि त्वया अधीतानि। सर्वैः देवैः अनुगृहीतान् वरानपि स्मर। तव नैजसामर्थ्यं रामकार्ये विनियोजय। उत्तिष्ठ, जाग्रत, रामकार्यसिद्धिपर्यन्तं मा विरमत।
भो वानरवीराः, रामनामशक्तिः अवर्णनीयः। रामानुग्रहेण रामकार्यं साधयिष्यामि। मन्मनमन्दिरे विद्यमानः राममूर्तिः कार्यशक्तिं ददाति। भवन्तः सर्वे मम पुनरागमनपर्यन्तं रामनामस्मरणं कुर्वन्तु। जय श्रीराम।
श्रीयाञ्जनेयं प्रसन्नाञ्जनेयं प्रभादिव्यकायं प्रकीर्तिप्रदायं भजे वायुपुत्रं भजे बालगात्रं भजेऽहं पवित्रं भजे सूर्यमित्रं भजे रुद्ररूपं भजे ब्रह्मतेजं सुन्दरानना पिङ्गलोचना दुष्टभञ्जना विश्वरञ्जना भूमि आत्मजा शोकनाशना हे दयानिधे वायुनन्दना लोकवन्दना दैत्यकन्दना गुणचन्दना वारिबन्धना काममर्दना तुं जनार्दना हे दयानिधे वायुनन्दना।
हनुमान् उल्लङ्घ्य सिन्धोः सलीलं लङ्कां प्राप्य विभीषणसहायेन सीताम् अन्विषन् अशोकवनं प्राप्तवान्। तत्र दुःखसमुद्रे निमग्नां रामपत्नीं सीतां दृष्ट्वा हनुमतः हृदयः द्रवितः। सीतायै रामसन्देशम् उक्त्वा तां प्रसन्नां करणीयमिति यदा निश्चयं करोति तस्मिन्नेव काले राक्षसाधिपः रावणः तत्रागच्छति। अशोकविटपपत्रलेनो मारुतिः आश्चर्येण तं पश्यति।
सीते, किञ्चिन्तयन्नस्ति भवति? किमर्थं व्यर्थं शोचसि? सीते, त्वामहं लङ्कासाम्राज्ञीं कर्तुं चिन्तयन्नस्मि। कियद्दिनानि अशोकवने राक्षसीनां बन्धने भवसि? सामान्यमनुष्यो रामः शरधिमुत्तीर्य लङ्कां सम्प्राप्य मां चित्वा त्वां नयति किम्? त्वं भ्रमालोके विहरसि।
अहं सच्चरित्रस्य सुशीलस्य रामस्य धर्मपत्नी, तस्य चरणदासी। राम एव मम सर्वं। मां वशीकर्तुं करिष्यमाणः तव प्रयत्नः व्यर्थः। भयम् उत्पाद्य मम मनः परिवर्तनं कर्तुं सुतरां न शक्यम्। रावण, अद्यापि कालावकाशोऽस्ति। मां रामाय समर्प्य सर्वलोकानां शरणं व्रज। करुणासागरो रामः त्वां रक्षति, क्षमिष्यति च। नो चेत् रामबाणात् त्वां कोऽपि न रक्षति।
किमहं रामाय शरणं भवामि? दुष्टे, किं त्वं जानासि कोऽहमिति? चतुर्दश भुवनदल्लणो रावणोऽहम्। यदि रामः ससैन्यो आयाति एतदपि लङ्कायाः एकाम् इष्टिकामपि चूर्णीकर्तुं न शक्यते। यदि रामः लङ्कां प्रत्यागच्छति तर्हि अवश्यं मृत्युमेति। राक्षस सार्वभौमं मां दृष्ट्वा सम्भाषय।
मूर्ख, यद्यहं त्वां पश्यामि तर्हि त्वं भस्मीभूतो भविष्यसि। रामादेव तव मरणमिति विधिलिखितः। मरणपूर्वकार्याणि कुरु। रामशरो वज्र इव तव नाशं करोति।
कियान् अहङ्कारः सीते! एतत्पर्यन्तं त्वया सह गौरवेण व्यवहृतः न स्पृष्टवानपि त्वाम्। इतः परं सोढुं न शक्नोमि। एकमासस्य कालावकाशं दास्यामि। यदि मां मनसा नाङ्गीकरोषि तर्हि त्वां मम खड्गात् प्रहृत्य छिन्नं भिन्नं करिष्ये।
हे राम, कियत् दुःखम् अनुभूतव्यं मया। तव धर्मपत्नी मां रक्ष रक्ष। अस्य पापस्य कठोरवचनं श्रोतुं न शक्यं राम, न शक्यम्।
हे राम, माता तव विरहेण राक्षसीनां कठोरवचनैः दुःखाम्बुधौ निमग्ना कृशा जाता। कथमहं तां समाहितचित्तां करोमि? रामदूतोऽहमिति कथं विश्वासमुत्पादयामि? हे रामचन्द्र, अहं मन्ये तव स्मरणात् सर्वमपि शक्यम्। यदि वाचं प्रदास्यामि तर्हि द्विजरूपधारिणं रावणं मन्यमाना मां सीता माता भीता भविष्यति। अतः सीता मातुः श्रीरामगुणसङ्कीर्तनं श्रावयामि।
भावयामि रघुरामं भव्यसुगुणरामं। भावयामि रघुरामं भव्यसुगुणरामं। रघुरामम् बहुकवितरण परलीलारहितं भावयामि रघुरामम् दिनकरान्वयतिलकं दिव्यचादिसुदसवन वनरचितशुबाहुमुख बदमहल्यापावनम् अनगमीशशापपङ्गं जनकसुधा प्राणेशं गनकुपीतभृगुरमगर्वहरमितसाकेतं भावयामि रघुरामम् विहतागभिषेकमठ विपिनगतमार्यवाच सहितसीता सौमित्री शान्ततमशीलं गुहनिलयगतं चित्र कूटागतभरततत महितरत्नमय पादुकं मदनसुन्दरङ्गं भावयामि रघुरामम् विततदण्डकारण्यक गतविराददलनं सुचरितगतजतत भामिदवैष्णवात्रं पदगवरजटायुनुतं पञ्चवटीविहितवासम् अतिघोरशूर्पणकवसनागतकररिहरं भावयामि रघुरामम् कनकमृगरूपधर कलमरीचहरमिह सुजनविमतदस्य कृतजनकजान्वेषणम् अनगम्पं बातीर सङ्गताञ्जनेयनभोमणि तनुजसख्यकरं बाली तनुकलयनमित्रं भावयामि रघुरामम् वानरोत्तमसहित वायुसूनुकरार्पित भानुसतभास्वर भाव्यरत्नाङ्गुलीयं तेन पुराणितन्याचूडामणिदर्शनं श्रीनिधिम् उदादितीरश्रुतविभीषणमीलितं भावयामि रघुरामं भव्यसुगुणरामं भावयामि रघुरामम्
महात्मन् रामनामामृतं पाययित्वा मन्मरणोन्मुखं जीवनम् उज्जीवनं कृतं कस्त्वं कुत्रासि रामभक्ता ममाभिमुखो भव अक्षिगोचरो भव
माता वानरोऽहम् हे महाभागे दूतो रामस्य धीमतः मातः रामनामाङ्कितमिदम् अङ्गुलीयकं पश्य तव प्रत्ययार्थं तेन महात्मना दत्तमिदम् माता कृपया स्वीकरोत्विदम्
हे रामा, स्वामिन् रामचंद्र प्रभो, करुणा जलदे ममोपरि कृपां कृत्वा अंगुलीयकद्वारा तव दर्शनं दत्तवान् किल। धन्योऽस्मि मम प्रभो, धन्योऽस्मि। हनुमन्, तुभ्यम् अहं हृदयान्तरालतः कृतज्ञास्मि। त्वया रामदूतेन पुनर्जन्म प्राप्तवती। हनुमन्, अपि कुशलो मम रामचन्द्रः?
किमिति वच्मि अम्बा। श्रीरामप्रभुः तव विरह शोकाग्नौ त्रस्तः सर्वेषां सम्मुखे प्रसन्नैव व्यवहरति, अंतरंगे शोक दावानले तपति।
राम, श्रीराम।
अम्बा, अम्बा, त्वां पृष्ठे निवेश्य सागरं सन्तरिष्यामि, संशयो मास्तु अम्बा। सुलभतया अहं श्रीराघवं प्रापयिष्यामि अम्बा।
वत्स, हनुमान्, रामभक्तस्त्वं मह्यं साक्षात् पुत्र इव। परन्तु रामस्य आज्ञा किम् इति? मारुते, सीतान्वेषणं कुरु इति वा? ताम् अन्विष्य मत्समीपमानाय इति वा? मायामृगेण सीता वञ्चिता, शाखामृगेण पुनरानीता इति जनैरुच्यते चेत् का नाम रामधनुषः प्रशस्तिः?
क्षम्यतां माता, क्षम्यताम्। तव कष्टं संकटं च दृष्ट्वा एषा वाणी मन्मुखात् निःसृता। तव कुशलवार्तां रामचन्द्र प्रभवे प्रापयिष्यामि। मया भवती दृष्टा इति रामविश्वासार्थं किमपि अभिज्ञानं दीयतां माता।
वत्स, राघवाय प्रधेयः। ममाशीषः सर्वदा तुभ्यं सन्तु। रामकार्ये यशस्वी भव। पुत्र, मम प्रभुः तुभ्यं सर्वदा मङ्गलं तनोतु।
हनुमान् अशोकवनं बभञ्ज। तच्छ्रुत्वा रावणः किङ्कर राक्षसान् 80,000 प्रेषयामास। हनुमान् तान् राक्षसान् प्रहस्तपुत्रान् संहृत्य रावणपुत्रम् अक्षयकुमारं च संहृतवान्। हनुमान् स्वेच्छया इन्द्रजिता प्रयुक्तेन ब्रह्मास्त्रेण बद्धः। इन्द्रजितुः धार्ष्ठ्यः, कपे त्वं मद्ब्रह्मास्त्रेण बद्धोऽसि, त्वरः रावणेश्वरस्य सभास्थानं त्वां नयामि इति तं प्राकृष्य आनीतवान्।
कस्त्वं रे लङ्कां प्रति किमर्थमागतोऽसि? केन प्रेषितोऽसि? वद रे।
दासोऽहं कोसलेन्द्रस्य। अहं श्रीरामदूतः हनुमान्। रामसन्देशोऽयं त्वां कथयितुम् आगतोऽस्मि।
रावण, श्रीरामपत्नीं पतिव्रतां सीतामातरम् अपहृतोऽसि। सीतामातरं श्रीरामचन्द्र प्रभवे समर्प्य तं करुणासागरं शरणागतो भव। प्रस्थ, यदि सीतामातरं श्रीरामाय न प्रत्यर्पयसि तर्हि समस्त वानरसेना लङ्कां नाशयति।
एकपे त्वद्रसना तव अङ्गुलादपि अधिका लम्बा वर्ततेति प्रतिभाति। इतः परं तव औद्धत्यं सोढुं न शक्नोमि। हे राक्षसाः, एनं कविं हत्वा युष्माकं सहोदराणां हननस्य प्रतीकारं कुर्वन्तु।
क्षम्यताम् अग्रज, क्षम्यताम्। राजधर्मे दूतवधो निषिद्धः। स अपराधी इत्यहमपि अङ्गीकरोमि। रामसन्देशवाहम् इमं कपिं यदि वयं सक्षेमं प्रेषयामः तर्हि अयं प्रभुसन्निधिं गत्वा लङ्कायाः शक्तिसामर्थ्य कति इति रामाय विवृणोति। तदा रामः युद्धात् विरमति।
साधु साधु तव वचनम्। लवङ्गानामङ्गेषु लाङ्गूलमेव वरम्। दीप्यतां लाङ्गूलः एकपे दग्धलाङ्गूलेन गच्छतु। सर्वे राक्षसाः दृष्ट्वा तुष्यन्तु तम्।
तिष्ठ रे तिष्ठ हे मूढ राक्षस। त्वं न केवलं मम लाङ्गूलदानं कुर्वन्नसि, परन्तु त्वत्करेणैव तया दत्ताग्निना एव लङ्का दह्यते। त्वमेव तवावसानम् आलिङ्गयन्नसि। लोकरक्षको श्रीरामः एव तवान्तको यमः भविष्यति।
भुजबल महापराक्रमी हनुमन्ता हनुमन्ता लाङ्गूले दीपितमहानेन लङ्का दहनं कृतं मारुते। रावणहृदये रामभयबीज उत्पादित हे अञ्जनानन्द उत्पादित हे अञ्जनानन्द उत्पादित हे अञ्जनानन्द।
लङ्का दहनं कृत्वा हनुमान् रावणस्य हृदये आगमने युद्धविषये भयबीजानि विकीर्य पुनः सीतादर्शनं कृत्वा सीतान्वेषणकार्ये सफलो भूत्वा हर्षेण पुनः समुद्रं पारयित्वा वानरैः सह रामदर्शनार्थम् आगत्य सीताक्षेमलाभं रामाय निवेदयितुं किष्किन्धां प्राप्तवान्।
वानरवीराः मदर्थं यूयं सर्वे क्लिष्टतमं कार्यं कृतवन्तः। सर्वे यूयं कुशलिनः इति विश्वसिमि।
श्रीरामचन्द्र, भवदनुग्रहः दया कटाक्षश्च रक्षा कवचरूपेण अस्मान् आरक्षयत्। तस्मादेव हनुमान् शरधिम् उल्लङ्घ्य सीतामन्विष्य अभिज्ञानेन सह समागतः।
हे भगवन्, भवतः कृपया रावणबन्धितां सीतामातरं दृष्ट्वा भवता दत्ताम् अङ्गुलीयकं तस्यै दत्त्वा तया दत्तं चूडामणिं भवतः विश्वासार्थम् आनीतवान् अस्मि। कृपया स्वीकरोतु।
सीते सीते सीते। हनुमन्, दुःखसमुद्रे निमज्जिताय मे चेतोहारि सीता सन्देशम् आनीतोऽसि। त्वाम् अभिनन्दामि कथम्। मन्मुखात् वागेव न निस्सरति। हनुमन्, जानकी कुशली वा?
प्रभो, किमहं निवेदयामि सीतायाः कुशलम्। अशोकवने राक्षसीनां मध्ये सीता माता अस्ति। एकत्र रावणहिंसा, अन्यत्र तव विरह वेदना। उभयोः दुःखयोः मध्ये तस्याः शरीरे अस्थिमात्रम् अवशिष्टमिति प्रतिभाति। नयनाभ्याम् अश्रुधारा अनवरतं प्रवहति। हे राम, तव नामैव तस्याः प्राणधारः। तव नामैव तस्याः जीवनम्।
अग्रज, सीता मातुः रक्षणार्थं रामबाणं प्रयोक्तुम् अयमेव सुसमयः। मातरं रक्षितुं वेदनाकार गृहात् मोचयितुम् अधुनैव निगच्छाम।
दुष्टशिक्षणाय शिष्टपरिपालनाय धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय च अयं सुसमयः। घोररूपेभ्यः राक्षसेभ्यः भूमण्डलं परिरक्षितुम् अयं समयः प्रशस्तः। लक्ष्मण, युद्धाय सिद्धौ भवावः।
सहोदर लक्ष्मण, श्रेष्ठधनुर्धारिणौ युवां वज्रसङ्कल्पः। इदानीमेव वयं विजेताः। श्रीरामः अस्मान्नपि तस्य दैवी सङ्कल्पे उपकरणरूपेण उपयुज्यते चेत् तदस्माकं सौभाग्यम्।
हनुमान्, मयि तव विश्वासः प्रशंसनीयः। तव समः नास्ति अपरः। तव मनोमण्डलात् निःसृता चिन्ता तरङ्गा इव मयि समर्पिताः। तव अपारया सेवया मदीयं हृदयं जितवानसि।
हे स्वामिन्, मम सेवायां नास्ति महत्त्वम्। मत्कृतसेवा प्रशंसनीया इति यदुक्तं तत् तव अपारकरुणाम्बुधेः प्रतीकः।
हनुमन्, त्वत्सदृशाः भक्ताः एव मम सम्पदः। मया सह त्वं वर्तसे चेत् मम सर्वथा सर्वत्र विजयः इत्यत्र नास्ति संशयः। सुग्रीवा, क्रियतां युद्धसिद्धता।
हे रघुनाथ, भवत्सेवा एव अस्मत् प्राणाः। हे वानरवीराः, युद्धार्थं वानरसेना अस्मिन् शुभमुहूर्ते रामाज्ञया लङ्कां प्रति गच्छतु। देवगन्धर्व किन्नर किंपुरुष यक्षाः सर्वे रामकार्ये कपयः निष्ठावन्त सेवकाः भूत्वा रामविजय तत्पराः भूत्वा कथं समर्पित चित्ताः सार्थक जीवाः भवन्ति इति अन्तरिक्षे स्थित्वा पश्यन्तु।
जय श्रीराम, जय श्रीराम, जय श्रीराम, जय श्रीराम, जय श्रीराम।
वानराणां राक्षसानां च मध्ये भयानकः घनघोरः युद्धो अभवत्। रामानुग्रहेण वानराणां शक्तिः दिने दिने विवर्धिता। परन्तु इन्द्रजित् लक्ष्मणयोर्युद्धे इन्द्रजिता प्रयुक्तेन बाणेन लक्ष्मणः मूर्छितो भवति। तदा रामचन्द्रः कार्यकुशलं हनुमन्तं स्मरति।
लक्ष्मण, लक्ष्मण, रामस्य बहिर्प्राणः, प्राणप्रियः। आवाम् उभौ कदापि इतः पूर्वं पृथक् न स्मः। मदर्थं सर्वसुखोपभोगमपि परित्यज्य त्वं मया सह वनं प्रविष्टवानसि। हे भ्राता, वनवासविधिः ममैकस्य, परन्तु प्रेम्णा त्वमपि मया सह आगतवान्। हे भ्राता लक्ष्मण, छाया इव माम् अनुगतोऽसि, छाया इव माम् अनुगतोऽसि भ्राता। वस्तुतः त्वमेव मम आत्मा। हे लक्ष्मण, रामाय लक्ष्मणं विना न अस्तित्वं, नास्ति अस्तित्वं। लक्ष्मण, रामाय लक्ष्मणं विना न अस्तित्वम्।
हे रघुकुलतिलक, स्थितप्रज्ञस्त्वमेव अधैर्येण विलपति चेत् अस्मत्सदृशाः क्षुद्राः किं कुर्मः? हे राम, कृपया समाहितचित्तो भव, शान्तो भव।
हे रामचन्द्र, रावणस्य आस्थाने सुषेणो नाम प्रसिद्धो वैद्यो अस्ति। सः मरणजीविनमपि जीवयितुं समर्थः। तं सुषेणम् इह आनयामः।
परन्तु सः शत्रुपक्षीयः। सः इहागत्य अस्माकं साहाय्यं करोति किम्?
वैद्याय अयं शत्रुपक्षीयः, अयं मित्रपक्षीयः इति भेदो नास्ति। सः सर्वेषामपि सुखमेव अपेक्षते। गत्वा सुषेणम् अन्विष्य अत्र आनयन्तु।
यदि सः रावणनिष्ठः चेत् तर्हि इह कथं सः आयति? यद्य आगन्तुं सः नाङ्गीकरोति चेत् तस्य गृहमेव इह आनयामि। क्षणार्धेन एतत् कार्यं करोमि। जय श्रीराम।
हे राम, लक्ष्मणः न प्रतिस्पन्दति, तथापि जीवकला अस्ति, तस्मात् पुनर्जीवत्येव। परन्तु हिमालये सञ्जीविनी पर्वते विद्यन्ते विशल्यकरणी, सन्धानकरण, सावर्ण्यकरणे च। तत्र मृतसञ्जीविनीति औषधिरस्ति, तानि आनीतव्यानि। यदि तन्मिलति तर्हि लक्ष्मणः अवश्यं जीवति। परन्तु केन आनीयते?
श्रीरामचन्द्र प्रभो, अहम् इदानीम् एव हिमालयं गत्वा क्षणार्धेन तानि औषधिमूलानि आनयिष्यामि। आशीर्वादं करोतु प्रभो।
जय श्रीराम।
अतीत भुजबल महापराक्रमी हनुमंता, हनुमंता, अतीत भुजबल महापराक्रमी हनुमंता, हनुमंता, संजीविनी पर्वतमुत्पाट्य करकंठे नैकेनानीतः, करकंठे नैकेनानीतः, करकंठे नैकेनानीतः। अतीत भुजबल महापराक्रमी हनुमंता, हनुमंता, अतीत भुजबल महापराक्रमी हनुमंता, हनुमंता, संजीविनी पर्वतमुत्पाट्य करकंठे नैकेनानीतः, करकंठे नैकेनानीतः, करकंठे नैकेनानीतः। अतीत भुजबल महापराक्रमी हनुमंता, हनुमंता, अतीत भुजबल महापराक्रमी हनुमंता, हनुमंता, संजीविनी पर्वतमुत्पाट्य करकंठे नैकेनानीतः, करकंठे नैकेनानीतः, करकंठे नैकेनानीतः।
अग्रज, किम् अभवत्? कुत्र अस्मि अहम्?
लक्ष्मण, इन्द्रजितोः शरप्रयोगात् भवान् मूर्छितः आसीत्। हनुमता आनीतया सञ्जीविन्या सुषेणः मृतं भवन्तं सञ्जीवितवान्।
हनुमन्, त्वं मम भ्रातरं लक्ष्मणं सञ्जीव्य मम कृते जीवदानं कृतवान्। तुभ्यम् अहं सदा ऋणी।
हे प्रभो, मम शक्तेः प्रेरकस्त्वं। मम साधनायाः तव नामस्मरणमेव कारणम्।
यतो धर्मः ततो जयः। श्रीरामचन्द्रस्य साक्षात् उपकरणः इव हनुमान् अद्भुतकार्याणि कृत्वा रामस्य परमप्रियः अभूत्। हनुमतः भक्तेः पराकाष्ठतां जगति दर्शयितुं श्रीरामचन्द्रः एकं नाटकम् अनटयत्।
साम्राज्यं भोज्यं स्वराज्यं वैराज्यं पारमेष्टिकं राज्यं राज्याभिषेकोऽस्तु। साम्राज्यं भोज्यं स्वराज्यं वैराज्यं पारमेष्टिकं राज्यं राज्याभिषेकोऽस्तु। साम्राज्यं भोज्यं स्वराज्यं वैराज्यं पारमेष्टिकं राज्यं राज्याभिषेकोऽस्तु। साम्राज्यपट्टाभिषेकोऽस्तु।
श्रीरामचन्द्रः इनवंशस्य सिंहासनम् अलङ्कृतवान्। अस्मिन् रामराज्ये कोसलदेशे शान्तिः, सम्पद्, अभिवृद्धिः, सुखं च भवन्ति। रामराज्यः भारतस्य इतिहासे सुवर्णयुगः इति विख्यातः भविष्यति। गुरुवर्य, भवतां स्फूर्तिदायिनीं प्रशंसाम् अहं भवद्भिः कृत आशिषः इति मन्ये। अस्मिन् धर्मयुद्धे प्राप्तां विजयश्रीं गुरुवसिष्ठस्य तथा च विश्वामित्रस्य पादारविन्दयोः भक्त्या श्रद्धया च नमस्कारपूर्वकं समर्पयामि। यावत् सूर्यः प्रकाशते यावत् राजति चन्द्रमाः पृथ्व्यां यावत् जीवप्रवाहः वर्तते तावत् पर्यन्तं तव कीर्तिः भूतले विलसतु।
हनुमन्, त्वं मम पुत्रसदृशः बहु उपकृतः असि। तदर्थं सुप्रीताम् अहम् इमाम् अमूल्यमौक्तिकमालाम् आशीर्वादरूपेण तव दास्यामि।
हनुमन्, किमिदम् अनर्थं कृतम्? सीता मातां प्रति अगौरवं दर्शितवान्। इदं न साधुः।
हे राजन्, क्षम्यताम्। मातां सीतां प्रति मन्मनसि मातृभावः दिव्यप्रेमश्च वर्तेते। परन्तु अनया मालया रामनाम सर्वथा न श्रूयते। विना रामनामेन इदं हारं मम पाषाण इव दृश्यते राजन्। रामनामरहितं सर्वं मम शून्यमिव प्रतिभाति। तदर्थम् इदं हारम् अहं न धरामि।
हनुमन्, तर्हि त्वया धृतशरीरे रामनाम श्रूयते किम्?
सर्वथा श्रूयते। रामनामरहिते शरीरे ममात्मा सुतरां न तिष्ठति। रामः एव ममात्मा।
हे भगवन्, अस्य हनुमतः शरीरे कणेषु कणेषु रोमकूपेषु रामनामैव श्रूयते।
न केवलं रोमकूपेषु रामनामस्मरणं श्रूयते, मम हृदये अपि श्रीरामचन्द्रः एव वर्तते।
वामाङ्कस्थित जानकी परिलसत् कोदण्ड दण्डं करे चक्रं चोर्ध्वकरेण बाहुयुगळे शङ्खं शरं दक्षिणे बिभ्राणं जलजातपत्रनयनं भद्राद्रिमूर्तिस्थितम् केयूरादिविभूषितं रघुपतिं सौमित्रियुक्तं भजे।
अंजनापुत्र, क्षम्यतां, क्षम्यताम्।
रामाञ्जनेयोर्मध्ये ईषदपि भेदः नास्ति। अद्वैतस्य परमसत्यमिदम्। हनुमत्स्तुतिः मम स्तुतिरेव भवति। हनुमन्, वद कस्त्वम् इति।
प्रभो रामचन्द्र,
देहदृष्ट्या तु दासोऽहम् जीवदृष्ट्या तु त्वदंशकः आत्मदृष्ट्या तु त्वमेवाहम् इति मे निश्चिता मतिः इति मे निश्चिता मतिः।
हे आञ्जनेय, मम हृदय बन्धो भक्तश्रेष्ठा त्वया विना रामस्यैव अस्तित्वं न भवति। तव अविस्मरणीय उपकाराणां प्रति किमुपायनं वा तव दास्यामि। वायुपुत्रा, किमस्ति तादृशं वस्तु? न जाने, न जाने। तस्मात् मामेव तुभ्यम् उपायनरूपेण ददामि, उपायनरूपेण ददामि। एहि हनुमन्ता।
रामचन्द्राय साकेतनगरवासाय जानकी मनोहराय राममङ्गलम्। रामचन्द्राय साकेतनगरवासाय जानकी मनोहराय राममङ्गलम्। कृष्णचन्द्राय दुष्टासुरकुलविनाशकाय वृष्टिवर्धनाय श्रीकृष्णमङ्गलम्। कृष्णचन्द्राय दुष्टासुरकुलविनाशकाय वृष्टिवर्धनाय श्रीकृष्णमङ्गलम्। साईचन्द्राय पुट्टपर्तिभाग्यवर्धनाय सत्यधर्मशान्तिप्रेमरूपमङ्गलम्। साईचन्द्राय पुट्टपर्तिभाग्यवर्धनाय सत्यधर्मशान्तिप्रेमरूपमङ्गलम्। सूक्ष्मावतारमुद्देनहळ्ळिवासाय भक्तरक्षकाय श्री साई मङ्गलम्। सत्यसाई मङ्गलम्, सत्यसाई मङ्गलम्। रामचन्द्राय साकेतनगरवासाय जानकी मनोहराय राममङ्गलम्। रामचन्द्राय साकेतनगरवासाय जानकी मनोहराय राममङ्गलम्। कृष्णचन्द्राय दुष्टासुरकुलविनाशकाय वृष्टिवर्धनाय श्रीकृष्णमङ्गलम्। कृष्णचन्द्राय दुष्टासुरकुलविनाशकाय वृष्टिवर्धनाय श्रीकृष्णमङ्गलम्। साईचन्द्राय पुट्टपर्तिभाग्यवर्धनाय सत्यधर्मशान्तिप्रेमरूपमङ्गलम्। साईचन्द्राय पुट्टपर्तिभाग्यवर्धनाय सत्यधर्मशान्तिप्रेमरूपमङ्गलम्। सूक्ष्मावतारमुद्देनहळ्ळिवासाय भक्तरक्षकाय श्री साई मङ्गलम्। सत्यसाई मङ्गलम्, सत्यसाई मङ्गलम्। रामचन्द्राय साकेतनगरवासाय जानकी मनोहराय राममङ्गलम्। रामचन्द्राय साकेतनगरवासाय जानकी मनोहराय राममङ्गलम्। कृष्णचन्द्राय दुष्टासुरकुलविनाशकाय वृष्टिवर्धनाय श्रीकृष्णमङ्गलम्। कृष्णचन्द्राय दुष्टासुरकुलविनाशकाय वृष्टिवर्धनाय श्रीकृष्णमङ्गलम्। साईचन्द्राय पुट्टपर्तिभाग्यवर्धनाय सत्यधर्मशान्तिप्रेमरूपमङ्गलम्। साईचन्द्राय पुट्टपर्तिभाग्यवर्धनाय सत्यधर्मशान्तिप्रेमरूपमङ्गलम्। सूक्ष्मावतारमुद्देनहळ्ळिवासाय भक्तरक्षकाय श्री साई मङ्गलम्। सत्यसाई मङ्गलम्, सत्यसाई मङ्गलम्। रामचन्द्राय साकेतनगरवासाय जानकी मनोहराय राममङ्गलम्। रामचन्द्राय साकेतनगरवासाय जानकी मनोहराय राममङ्गलम्। कृष्णचन्द्राय दुष्टासुरकुलविनाशकाय वृष्टिवर्धनाय श्रीकृष्णमङ्गलम्। कृष्णचन्द्राय दुष्टासुरकुलविनाशकाय वृष्टिवर्धनाय श्रीकृष्णमङ्गलम्। साईचन्द्राय पुट्टपर्तिभाग्यवर्धनाय सत्यधर्मशान्तिप्रेमरूपमङ्गलम्। साईचन्द्राय पुट्टपर्तिभाग्यवर्धनाय सत्यधर्मशान्तिप्रेमरूपमङ्गलम्। सूक्ष्मावतारमुद्देनहळ्ळिवासाय भक्तरक्षकाय श्री साई मङ्गलम्। सत्यसाई मङ्गलम्, सत्यसाई मङ्गलम्। रामचन्द्राय साकेतनगरवासाय जानकी मनोहराय राममङ्गलम् रामचन्द्राय साकेतनगरवासाय जानकी मनोहराय राममङ्गलम् कृष्णचन्द्राय दुष्टासुरकुलविनाशकाय वृष्टिवर्धनाय श्रीकृष्णमङ्गलम् कृष्णचन्द्राय दुष्टासुरकुलविनाशकाय वृष्टिवर्धनाय श्रीकृष्णमङ्गलम् साईचन्द्राय पुट्टपर्तिभाग्यवर्धनाय सत्यधर्मशान्तिप्रेमरूपमङ्गलम् साईचन्द्राय पुट्टपर्तिभाग्यवर्धनाय सत्यधर्मशान्तिप्रेमरूपमङ्गलम् सूक्ष्मावतारमूर्तेनहळ्ळिवासाय भक्तरक्षकाय श्री साई मङ्गलम् सत्य साई मङ्गलम् सत्य साई मङ्गलम् रामचन्द्राय साकेतनगरवासाय जानकी मनोहराय राममङ्गलम् रामचन्द्राय साकेतनगरवासाय जानकी मनोहराय राममङ्गलम् कृष्णचन्द्राय दुष्टासुरकुलविनाशकाय वृष्टिवर्धनाय श्रीकृष्णमङ्गलम् कृष्णचन्द्राय दुष्टासुरकुलविनाशकाय वृष्टिवर्धनाय श्रीकृष्णमङ्गलम् साईचन्द्राय पुट्टपर्तिभाग्यवर्धनाय सत्यधर्मशान्तिप्रेमरूपमङ्गलम् साईचन्द्राय पुट्टपर्तिभाग्यवर्धनाय सत्यधर्मशान्तिप्रेमरूपमङ्गलम् सूक्ष्मावतारमूर्तेनहळ्ळिवासाय भक्तरक्षकाय श्री साई मङ्गलम् सत्य साई मङ्गलम् सत्य साई मङ्गलम् रामचन्द्राय साकेतनगरवासाय जानकी मनोहराय राममङ्गलम् रामचन्द्राय साकेतनगरवासाय जानकी मनोहराय राममङ्गलम् कृष्णचन्द्राय दुष्टासुरकुलविनाशकाय वृष्टिवर्धनाय श्रीकृष्णमङ्गलम् कृष्णचन्द्राय दुष्टासुरकुलविनाशकाय वृष्टिवर्धनाय श्रीकृष्णमङ्गलम् साईचन्द्राय पुट्टपर्तिभाग्यवर्धनाय सत्यधर्मशान्तिप्रेमरूपमङ्गलम् साईचन्द्राय पुट्टपर्तिभाग्यवर्धनाय सत्यधर्मशान्तिप्रेमरूपमङ्गलम् सूक्ष्मावतारमूर्तेनहळ्ळिवासाय भक्तरक्षकाय श्री साई मङ्गलम् सत्य साई मङ्गलम् सत्य साई मङ्गलम् रामचन्द्राय साकेतनगरवासाय जानकी मनोहराय राममङ्गलम् रामचन्द्राय साकेतनगरवासाय जानकी मनोहराय राममङ्गलम् कृष्णचन्द्राय दुष्टासुरकुलविनाशकाय वृष्टिवर्धनाय श्रीकृष्णमङ्गलम् कृष्णचन्द्राय दुष्टासुरकुलविनाशकाय वृष्टिवर्धनाय श्रीकृष्णमङ्गलम् साईचन्द्राय पुट्टपर्तिभाग्यवर्धनाय सत्यधर्मशान्तिप्रेमरूपमङ्गलम् साईचन्द्राय पुट्टपर्तिभाग्यवर्धनाय धर्मशान्तिप्रेम
हरे स्वामी सत्य साई हरे भक्त जना संरक्षक भक्त जना संरक्षक पति महेश्वरा ओम जय जगदीश हरे शशिवदना श्रीकरा सर्वा प्राणपते स्वामी सर्वा प्राणपते आश्रित कल्पलतिका आश्रित कल्पलतिका आवद्बान्धवा ओम जय जगदीश हरे मात पिता गुरुदैवमु मह्यं तयो नीवे जगन्नाथ नाथ ब्रह्म जगन्नाथ नागेन्द्र शयना ओम जय जगदीश हरे ओंकार रूप ओजस्वी ओ साई महादेवा सत्य साई महादेवा मंगल आरती अंधको मंगल आरती अंधको मंगल गिरिधारी ओम जय जगदीश हरे नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण जय सद्गुरुदेवा शांति 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 समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ओम शांति 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 जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की जय
Om Shri Sai Ram. Tomorrow is day 3 of the National Youth Meet, and we have the Spirituality in Education Based on Harmony of Religions conference. The guests of honor for tomorrow morning are